Hey everyone, welcome to Websleuths YouTube Live. My name is Trisha Griffith, author from text Bug Nugget the First. Ladies and gentlemen, give him a round of applause. He still has his little sheep that he's had for a week that he can't get enough of. This is what I do all day long, and I type and I play, and I type and I play. And right here is my old man, Scrappy Joe, and he's like, oh my God, why did you bring that thing home? So anyway, we call him Authy for short. Tonight, a special edition of Websleuths YouTube Live. This is not distracting or anything, is it? Of course not. We are going to be talking about the Nancy Guthrie case. I think Brian Enton is going to be leaving soon. I have nothing to base that on other than just a thought. And that worries me because when that happens, it's like, okay, this is not officially cold. I know the police would say it's not cold, that they're busy working behind the scenes, but media-wise, to me, that would mean, yeah, it's not good. I've seen Brian Enton going on other programs this weekend, but he's not reporting anything new. And, you know, he's such a great reporter, they're going to put him boots on the ground somewhere else. And that worries me. But anyway, what we're doing tonight is I want to know your thoughts, your theory on what happened to Nancy. You have to pick something. If you're sitting down and they say, okay, the world's going to end unless you tell me a theory about Nancy, then you have to tell me, okay? And you can just type it in chat, but I'll put the link up. And if you want to jump up on the live stream, you can. And then we'll keep track of the theories, okay? And who knows? Who knows what'll come out of it? We might think of something that nobody else has thought of. And if that happens tonight on this channel, I will take full credit for it. Maybe I'll give you credit. We'll see. No, of course I will give you credit. Let's see what we can come up with tonight, okay? Also, we're going to be talking about our book club selection in the official Websleuths Investigative Book Club. It is Mike King's Wolves in Sheep's Clothing. I can't get enough of this thing. I'm flipping around because every chapter is just, I drink it up. I want to memorize it. It's explaining predators. And there are so many categories. It's frightening. But Mike, our good friend Mike, he's doing an amazing job. We're going to go over some things in his book tonight, and we'll tell you how you can join the book club. It's absolutely free. And then at the end of the time that we read the book, the author comes and does a Zoom call with us. So we'll be having a Zoom call with Mike King later this month. And then this all leads up to Cheryl McCollum, May 15th. Her book is coming out. It's called Swans Don't Swim in a Sewer. And it's about Cheryl's journey with a serial killer and helping that serial killer who's behind bars find the killer of his daughter. It's going to be a great book. Anyway, let's get right to it, shall we? Who do you think, or what do you think is behind the kidnapping of Nancy Guthrie? Let's go right now to the one, the only, ladies and gentlemen, live and in person. And she's pissed off, she told me, in California. The one and only insightful one. How you doing, Stacy?
I'm doing good, but now I'm really confused.
Why?
So I thought tonight we were reminding everybody about their theory and then going to talk about them on Monday.
Oh God, is that what we're going to do?
Yeah, because what the really important part of it is we want to do the Occam's razor, narrow it down thing. So like people because we all have more than one theory we can think of, right?
Right.
So if everybody, you for yourself, write down each of your theories and then pick the one that's the simplest explanation and share that.
Okay, well, let's do that then. Let's do that. You're right. You know what? I completely forgot. You guys, I'm sorry. You're right. We are going to do it Monday, and tonight we were just going to kind of talk about it. You're absolutely right. And no wonder you're confused. And I actually did that on purpose to see if you would remember. Good job, Stacy. Good
I haven't
job.
written mine down yet because I was waiting until Monday in case something new came out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but let's still talk about it, and let's come up with different theories. But then tomorrow, what we're going to do is we have to have your solid number one theory in stone. What do you think happened? Now, okay, so it's kind of the same thing. What we're going to do is we're going to do it just over 2 days. Why did I forget that? I completely forgot that. I just started putting this together and thinking we were going to do it tonight. Now, bipolar, see, this is a big one.
Yeah.
Bipolar Express, money motive, went wrong. Nancy died, so no proof of life. Bad guys got scared, quit communicating, and dumped her. Occam says that's simple. And Occam's razor, we should have grabbed that definition of Occam's razor.
Oh,
Why don't
I
I go
have
ahead?
it.
Oh,
Yeah.
can you read it?
Yeah, but I have to grab it real quick. But yeah,
Okay, yeah,
it's
go ahead.
yeah.
Okay, well, that's good. And I'm going to write down just the generic outline of these. Okay. You know what, Afi, can I please just do a little work? Oh, look, it's bleeding. Oh no, the
What
lamb
is
is
it?
bleeding. It's just the stuffing's coming out.
Oh God, you scared me. I'm like, what?
No, I'm just letting him know he's killing it. He's killing his prey here.
I
And
have
you
the
know that little.
definition of it, by the way. So
I'm sorry, what?
I do have the definition when you're ready. So.
Okay, great. And real quick, when the little squeak toy, you know why they like that? Because it's the sound of the animal, like they're killing it. And that's why they like that sound. I know it's like, oh, oh. Okay, so Occam's razor. We use that a lot. I first heard of Occam's razor during the JonBenet Ramsey case. That was used a lot. Like, what is the most simplest explanation? When there's no sign of an intruder, and there's no sign of an intruder. No sign of an intruder in the JonBenet Ramsey case. Attention, attention, Kmart shoppers. There is no sign of an intruder in the JonBenet Ramsey case. Thank you.
Oh no. What happened?
Oh, there we. Well, I don't know. It just muted me, and I was unmuting it. It got stuck. It got stuck. What was the last thing you heard me say?
There's no intruder. You said it. There was no intruder in the JonBenet Ramsey case.
Okay. Did I say attention Kmart shoppers? Did you hear that?
I didn't, but I was reading. So I was reading the definitions.
Okay. Attention Kmart shoppers, there is no intruder. All right. I first heard of Occam's razor at during the JonBenet Ramsey case because when there's no sign of intruder, then you have to go with the simplest theory, and that is somebody in the house killed JonBenet Ramsey. How, why, what, was it intentional, was it an accident? We don't know. And who wrote the ransom note? There is no sign that an intruder wrote the ransom note. That means somebody else there did it. So that is the simplest explanation. And more than likely, I don't know what the percentage is, but I think it's a lot. I'm going to say 99% of the time, the simplest, most logical explanation is what happened. And that is Occam's razor. And what Bipolar Express just said is a very, very logical and simple explanation. They were going to kidnap her for money. Something happened. She passed away. They panicked and took her with them, but they couldn't offer any proof of life. They did those, weak ass little ransom notes to TMZ, which is weird in itself. And then that's it. And they don't want to reveal where she is because that means they might get caught. So that is the most, to some people, that would be the simplest explanation. Other people, there might be other simple explanations, but go ahead and read the definition of Occam's razor, please.
Oh yeah, that's because it's shit. Let me go back. But God dang it, I have a whole bunch of stuff here. It's a principle that in explaining a thing, no more assumptions should be made than are necessary. The principle is often invoked to defend reductionism or nominalism. So what it is okay. So like if you go to me and you tell me you have a headache, I don't go, oh my God, you have the plague.
Yeah, you've got it. Yeah, there's a brain tumor. It's got to be behind your eye. Yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
yeah. Okay, so you go with a theory that has the least amount of assumptions. Is what it is. Yeah. So like here, look it up here too. The philosophical razor advocates that when presented with competing hypotheses about the same prediction and both hypotheses sorry, have equal explanatory power, one should prefer the hypothesis that requires the fewest assumptions, and that this is not meant to be a way of choosing between hypotheses that make different predictions. Similarly, in science, Occam's razor is used as an abductive heuristic in the development theoretical models rather than as a rigorous arbiter between candidate models. So,
Okay. So basically, it means you pick the one with the fewest assumptions, because when you have to assume something, that means it's not a fact.
right.
So you have assumption 1, assumption 2, assumption 3, assumption 4, the more
Mhm.
assumptions you have, the more unlikely it is. Okay.
And we see this in conspiracy theories.
All the
That's,
time.
yeah, this is a good example of that because people will go with these crazy assumptions and corroborated connections with things and, come up with something nutty.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like it was Santa Bill because John Bonet, there's reports that John Bonet and Santa were planning on meeting later, and just this big, long, drawn out. And Santa Bill was he was too weak from a heart surgery to kidnap. Imagine your husband trying to kidnap somebody a couple of weeks after the heart surgery,
Oh,
that
God.
he had. Yeah, there's no way.
No.
This guy was in his late 60s and he had this open heart surgery, and there's no way he could have done it, but he's still
No.
people still make all these assumptions, which you have to make. You have to make all of these assumptions if you think Santa Bill is the kidnapper killer in the John Benet Ramsey case to make it work. So
Yeah. See, I never studied the Santa thing because by the time I started reading about it, he was ruled out and nobody I knew that was reputable considered him. So I never
right.
did. So I didn't know he really had heart surgery or.
No, he really did. Yeah, he
Oh,
really did
wow. I
have
had no
heart.
idea.
That was one of the reasons why he was ruled out, is
God,
because he had heart
that's so,
surgery and he was just too weak,
God, that's so
So
crazy.
I know.
I still
And
see people saying that he did it,
yeah, exactly. Hold on. I'm going to send my girlfriend this live stream. She wanted to talk to me about Nancy, and I don't think she remembered I was doing a live stream. So let me send it to her real quickly. But yeah, again, the assumptions that you have to make to assume that Santa Bill is the one. And there are still people that absolutely, without question, say it was Santa Bill. So
Right.
the people that assume this is like the cartel trying to make a statement, or, just stuff like that, it's like that's too many assumptions. But is it too many assumptions to say, hey, um, they went in to try and kidnap her and something happened and she died? That's a big assumption too. That's a real big assumption that they did something and she died and then they decided to take the body with her. Those are a lot of assumptions. But in this case, you have to make some assumptions because she was kidnapped. We know that. So to come up with your theory, you do have to make an assumption. And I think Bipolar Express's assumption or theory is probably going to be the most common one. But I don't know. I don't know. Do you have any? I have two. Can I give you my two?
Theories. Yeah.
Yes, theory.
Yeah,
Two
because it'll
theories.
help everybody kind of get an idea of, what we're doing.
Right. So I have two theories, and I will narrow it down to an absolute by tomorrow.
There you go.
Number one theory is my very first theory, and it edges out my other theory just a little bit. This is somebody that is I think it's just one person, because it hasn't absolutely been proven that it's two. I think it's just one. I think it's somebody that is angry at Savannah and wanted to do something to harm her. I think that something went wrong and he tried to kidnap Nancy Guthrie. And I don't know if she died right there, but I believe she died shortly after. And he panicked. Perhaps she passed out. He panicked. He was there. He was cleaning up. He was trying to make sure his DNA wasn't there. And then he took her with him. And he was angry at Savannah because he was trying to get her attention and she was ignoring him. Now, I don't think for one second that Savannah has any idea who did this. It's all in this person's mind. That's my number one theory. My second theory is the person knew Nancy and didn't like what Nancy was saying online about Trump and about ICE. She's very, very vocal. And he thought, well, he's nuts. He's psychologically unbalanced. So he thought, I'm going to teach her a lesson. And he went in there, and I think he was going to try and kidnap her alive, and something happened. Again, I think either theory, they stayed to clean up to make sure they couldn't find the DNA there. That's why they were there so long. And then took her with him. And I don't think the ransom notes that TMZ got, I don't think they were connected. Those are my two theories. One is, yes, they are connected. Yes, the person kidnapped Nancy Guthrie because they were upset with Savannah. And yes, they did send those ransom notes just to let them know she's here. I've got her. And then the other one is they were angry at Nancy. So now, I'll tell you what, if anybody wants to jump up on the live stream, they can. I normally, it's something I don't like to do because it's risky, because you never know, like,
Who you're going to get.
You might get a
like
lunatic.
sock puppet man. Yeah.
Exactly. And I don't want to get, and I don't want to be rude to somebody if they're, if, I don't know. I feel uncomfortable doing that because I just never know who we're going to get. But you are more than welcome if you want to come up and give us a couple of theories, okay? And tomorrow, what I'd like to do tomorrow is try and see if you can find like some evidence to back it up, even if it's a little weak. I'll try and find my evidence to back up my two theories. Okay. But that's what I think. Oh, go ahead, honey.
I have a question or something. I have I thought a question. So somebody in our where did Savannah's mom make the political comments? Because somebody
on her
in our go ahead.
On her Facebook page, and another social media thing, and they're not there anymore. They're gone. Okay. This is right like the day after I saw them. I can't say for sure that they were 100% legit. It looked legit to me. I saw them. They're not there now. And other people have stated that she was very, very, very liberal and very angry at ICE and angry at Trump, which is not surprising, and then there have been people that have said online that they felt that Savannah didn't treat Trump fairly. I disagree. I thought she did a great job interviewing him, and I think he even said so. But it just could be political. It doesn't matter if they're right or wrong. It's whatever this person is thinking in their mind, So, and why did you ask that?
Because I cannot find anything that Savannah's mother did politically, but I can find a Nancy Guthrie who's a politician that did said a bunch of stuff about it.
Yeah. No. This was her. Not, I know who that is. Yeah. No, not that one. This is a different one. And she was again, but see, here's the thing. I can't confirm that was her. That's just what I saw. I assumed it had her picture. And was it something that somebody made up really quick? Possibly. But then I have read over and over that she was very vocal about this. But those comments are now gone. It's not that other Nancy Guthrie. Is that the same one that
No, it's a different one. So I found three. And they all look the same. Glasses and their hair is the same. You would think it's the same person, all three of them. Yeah. I have, I can grab their pictures. And so I looked, and a few people online have said it's the different Nancy Guthrie. It's not her. And then I asked AI, and AI said people have been saying that, but it's not corroborated. So I used AI once,
And that's true. And there you go. I can't corroborate that. I absolutely can't. I'm going on that assumption. that
Yeah.
part, I have to go on that assumption that that part of the story is true to make my theory work. So, yeah, it's just really, really hard to tell. But I do want to say, and I don't mind bringing this up, former FBI agent Jennifer Coffindaffer
Okay. Yeah.
Posted the wrong Nancy Guthrie and made a big post about her. What did she say again?
She said, "Oh my gosh, look at her." You know, she said, I can't remember. It was based on religion
It
because
was
the lady
it
in
was
the
lovely.
video was religious and talking about God, the
God,
Bible, and etc. So she's all, I wonder if she was praying when they took her or whatever. Yeah, and it
it
wasn't.
was,
Yeah,
and that poor woman had to make her Facebook
Twitter,
account
Twitter.
private.
Yeah,
Her
probably her
Twitter
Facebook
account
too. But
private.
I know
Yeah,
she did her Twitter. I didn't look on Facebook, but yeah,
right. And so, and everybody kept telling her, Jennifer, that's the wrong Nancy Guthrie. Never, I didn't see her
yeah.
correct herself.
And no,
Nothing.
but that
Yeah,
now that lady's out there and people went to her, but on her Twitter, she did private it, but her bio's there and she says, I am not the Nancy Guthrie, that Nancy Guthrie. She's all, but I hope that she's found and
yeah.
etc. She was
And
really
there
nice
was,
about it. Yeah.
and it was a lovely post that
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that Jennifer Coffindaffer was making about this woman, but it wasn't,
The right one.
Nancy Guthrie.
Yeah. I
And
found the lady's website and everything. Yeah.
yeah, and everybody kept telling her, hey, and all it would have taken was a simple search, and she would have found that this is to double check to make sure that was the right
Yeah.
Guthrie, the right
I
Nancy. Now, when
I
I
found
saw
it
it,
in under like 2 minutes.
right, when I saw the posts about ICE and things like that, it was shortly after uh, the kidnapping. So there wasn't any way to check really because it had her picture and it looked like her Facebook account, but now it's down. I cannot confirm that that was a legitimate thing.
Mhm.
I have to make that assumption. That's an assumption I have to make, which again goes to Occam's razor. The one with the least assumptions is the most likely. So, okay, let's see. Saffringer 47 says, I think it's someone close to the wannabe. I think it's someone close to her wanted her gone. Less obvious. It's someone she knows if she's removed. Throw them off balance. Okay, now the sheriff has been absolutely adamant that the siblings and their spouses have been cleared. Normally, since is it, how do you say his name? Is it Tomas or Tomaso?
I'm not sure, but
Yeah,
it looks like Tommaso, but I think this pronunciation's a little different.
it's a
So
little different. Yeah. Annie and her husband, they were the last ones to see her, according to reports. And we don't know who drove her home. Reports have said it was her son-in-law. The sheriff refuses to confirm or deny that. So normally, that's where you start, literally. Last ones to see her. He was the last one, if he was the one that drove her home, that could absolutely say, I saw her alive. And that's where you start. And so you clear them. But he did clear them, but then got mad at everybody for suggesting that, maybe there was a sibling involved. Well, when you don't clear them, when people are saying, are are the brothers and sisters or in-laws, anybody, is the family involved? I'm not going to say either way. I refuse to say. So are you saying that he is a suspect? I'm not going to say either way. So he's not a suspect. I'm not going to say either way. When he answered like that, it sounded like he was a suspect. It sounded like the son-in-law was a suspect until he came out literally 24 hours after making those statements and is mad at the people for even thinking that the son-in-law could have been a suspect. It was crazy. It was absolute. I've never seen anything like it. So does that mean it's true? I'm going to take it as truth because, why would you clear them? And then that way nobody else is looking for them. You won't have anybody come forward who might have information that they were involved because, hey, sheriff said they're cleared, so my information doesn't matter because it points to, one of the siblings or one of their spouses. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm going to go with what the sheriff said, that they are cleared. But that, hey, if you don't buy it, then I understand it. However, do always remember your words have power. Even if you don't say their name, even if you post something and you use initials, come on. We know what you're talking about. So please do keep that in mind. Okay, so I think it's someone close to her wanted her gone. Less obvious, it's someone she knows if she's removed. Throw them off balance. So somebody wanted her gone that she knows. Why? We have to make an assumption. Was it money? Was somebody mentioned in the will, in a trust, and they didn't get their money till she was gone? Again, I know I've said this 8 trillion times, everybody, but I need to say it again. It is cooling down. The massive amount of attention that this kidnapping received is now going just way down. What the sheriff has been doing is not working. If it was, we would have Nancy Guthrie back. Maybe not the person arrested, but at least we would have her back, either alive or passed away. It's not working. Time was of the essence. It's not anymore. I wish he would release a little bit more, because there's somebody out there that knows something, but they don't know they know it, Stacy. That's the problem. They don't know they know it. And the only way they can find out is if they release more information. And I wish I could be more specific, but I don't have the specifics. I just know what the sheriff is doing, holding every teeny little detail just so super tight. It hasn't worked. So why not try something else? That's what I think. That's what I think. So, okay, I'm going to write these down. Let's see. Let me put, I meant to put this link in chat. If anybody wants to come up, they can. Okay. And if you end up being a jerk, I will haunt you. When I die, I'll find you and haunt you. There we go. So there's the backstage link. If you want to pop up, you don't need to turn your camera on. You can just have your microphone. Hey, Berserker Loki, good to see you, my dear. And Kelly Dragonborn, glad you made it. Jesse Roblin. Jesse Roblin's here. Yay, I feel safe. I feel like I can get all my facts together. Jesse's here. Hi, Marilyn Landis. Good to see you. You know, Athi, how long have we had this? Almost 2 weeks, Athi. It's disgusting. It's filthy dirty. It's covered in your slobber. And you act like you just got it 5 minutes ago. It is nonstop. Can you just, honey, how about nap time? Here, snuggle with your little baby. Let's make nap time, okay? Oh God, my life is so weird. Okay, now, Stacy, what is your theory? Oh, wait. Lynn Gen 2. Yay, okay, I know she's really weird, but she's normal too. So, let's add her to the stage. Lynn Gen 2, how you doing, darling?
I'm doing okay. I love the normal part, and that's just not true.
Well, you are. You're weird and wacky and wonderful, but you are normal. You're not weird.
I think normality is a fallacy for me, but
well, but you. Let's put it this way. I know I can bring you up, and you're not going to lose your mind, and I'm going to have to kick you off. Well, not yet, anyway. We'll see how the rest of the night goes.
Let's see how the rest of the night goes.
Yeah.
Now, my theory was similar to yours, only I think it's a sick and twisted fan.
Okay, that could be.
That Savannah has. And I honestly don't think Nancy made it out the door alive. And I think that they're just, I think they're baiting Savannah with ransom notes and want TMZ.
Exactly.
If this was like a
so
serious
weird.
kidnapping,
right?
You would there'd be a little bit more serious ransom
Right.
maybe not necessarily demand, but who it went to.
Exactly.
And and as you watched Savannah just slowly fall apart throughout this whole thing, I think that gives that second twisted fan the high they were looking for.
Knowing that they have all this power over Savannah, all this
Right.
power. So exactly.
But that's just my theory, because it just, you look at it, but then it doesn't help that the sheriff isn't talking much. And
Okay, so you just think it's a sick and twisted fan that wanted to get even with Savannah.
yes,
Any specifics why this person would want to get even with her?
maybe the person feels like, you know, kind of along the lines of the John Hinckley, Jodie Foster thing. Hey, look, you're
Mhm.
not paying attention to me. Maybe they've sent letters to her. Maybe they have expressed certain desires to her that, of maybe love or
Mhm.
affection, and of course those being ignored. And that's just where I kind of sort of thought about that, and
Mhm.
it's just kind of stuck with me.
I love it. I love it. Hey, stay on the screen here. We have Luna Blue. Luna Blue, darling, let me bring you up here, my sweet. What do you think?
My theory is very similar to yours.
Okay.
I believe somebody wanted revenge against Savannah.
Mhm.
And, what better way than to take her mom? I can't believe that it was a robbery because of taking the body. And people keep
Right.
saying, well, maybe there was DNA on the body, but I still don't think a robber would take a dead body.
They
I
wouldn't be
think it
prepared to take a dead body,
exactly.
you
And
know?
the backpack was full.
Mhm. That's right. The
So
backpack was full.
yeah, I'm kind of stuck on somebody wanting revenge against Savannah.
That, actually, again, I go back and forth all the time. And that very absolutely very well could be. And they feel the power because they have Nancy. Be her dead or alive, they have the power over Savannah. And there's so much going on behind the scenes that we don't know about. And
Exactly.
and Luna Blue, that is a great example of Occam's razor. There's not too many assumptions that you have to make there. Now you have to make a big one, and that is the motive, because we have no idea. But it's a motive that makes sense. It's not a
Yes.
motive that's wild, right?
And I also don't think those ransom notes are related to the
Okay.
crime. I think it's just random people that were
I
trying
do
to
too.
take advantage of the situation.
Right, right. I'm going to just write that down. Not related. Yeah, I agree, because it's
Well, and Bitcoin is easily traded.
Bitcoin. Yeah, but and again, why TMZ? Why TMZ? That's the weirdest thing. NBC, I think, might be the biggest broadcast company in the nation, and that's who Savannah worked for. Why not do it through them? So yeah, exactly. Marlene Clausen brought up a good point. She says, "Wasn't there a bed sheet missing from the bed?" I have not heard that. Has that been proven, or is that just kind of what everybody's saying? Does anybody know? Let's see, because I've heard that, but I've not seen anything.
So
Oh,
what
okay.
oh,
Oh, go ahead.
good.
Go.
So I've seen where people talked about that, and then people respond they don't know if they was missing or not. So
You
we don't.
know,
Right.
kind of along the lines of the John.
I'm sorry, we couldn't hear you, sweetie. What'd you say? Luna Blue, what'd you say?
Oh no, that wasn't me. I didn't
Oh,
say anything.
was that Lynn Jen too? Lynn Jen, what'd you say, honey?
No, I didn't say anything. I don't know where that came from.
Well, that was weird. Did you
See,
guys hear that?
that's crazy
I did.
pants. No, I'm kidding.
Who was that? Oh, come on. It was one of you guys. It had to be.
No,
That was one of her
Chad.
other voices. Okay, shh. They don't know about each other.
Oh God, no, don't tell them. Oh my gosh, now they're going to know. Okay.
One of my other personalities. There you go.
Yeah.
Well,
I have 6.
what was weird is nobody's picture was pulsating, because when you use an avatar and you talk, it, goes, and nobody's picture was pulsating, but I could hear that. Did anybody have like the live stream on or anything in the
No,
background?
Nope.
nope.
Okay, that was weird, you guys. That was really weird. Can somebody go back and listen to that? Because they were saying their theory. It was really strange. Oh, Love and Coco, great thought. Oh, wait, I want to say what Tucson Girl said. Timing is interesting between Savannah's recovery from surgery and before he went to Italy. Could that mean something? Now, when you say he, who are we talking about? The son-in-law? I don't know anybody going to Italy.
The
But-
Olympics were in Italy, and
Oh,
Savannah
Yeah,
was
the
supposed
Olympics
to
were in
go.
Italy. That's
Okay,
right.
so before she went to Italy, that's what you meant, not he. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, and she was supposed to go to the Olympics. So, timing is interesting between Savannah's recovery from surgery and before she went to Italy. Could that mean something? It could. I don't know what.
Maybe Hoda Kotb wants Savannah's chair on the
There
Today
you go.
Show.
It's Hoda. I knew it.
There you go.
She always looked
Yeah.
vicious. It's Hoda. No, I
No.
Hoda.
don't know.
That's a good theory.
That is actually, in Hollywood, that would make a great script.
Yes, it would be a
It would.
Lifetime movie.
It would
Lifetime
be a
movie.
Lifetime
Yes, there you go.
Love and Coco said, who benefits from her death? And that is usually the biggest thing. Who gets money? Now, here's what people have said. Savannah, not hurting for money. Nancy, not hurting for money. Haven't seen the brother enough to know. But other people are saying, Anna's a teacher, or Anne, or is it Annie? Is
Annie,
one
I
of them-
think.
Annie is one of them is a teacher, and isn't one of them a jewelry maker? So not a lot of money there, but that doesn't mean anything. And she would die if Nancy died. Then what would I'm assuming it's a trust, which they don't need to make public. See, this is a problem, guys. We just don't have enough to figure it out. But again, the sheriff has said, absolutely no siblings, no in-laws, hold my coffee. Exactly, Moonlight View.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I like that.
Hoda my coffee.
Hold
my
my
coffee.
coffee. Oh my gosh.
Hoda my coffee.
Hold my coffee. There you go. Perfect. That is perfect. So, okay, there you go. Thank you, Love and Coco. That's what I thought. Annie is a poet. Hubby is a teacher. So there's not a lot of money there. But they lived close by, Nancy, and they were taking care of her. And the problem is when there is nothing that has been released, everybody's mind goes wild. And I thought it was good that the sheriff came out and was very strong in his statement that the siblings and their spouses were not suspects. Again, what they're doing is not working. Why don't they try something else? Maybe release something. Again, I don't know what. That's just it. I have all these great ideas, but I can't implement any of them because I do not have enough information to go on.
Well,
Oh.
and you look at Nancy, not Nancy. Savannah, when
Mhm.
she made the $1 million ransom offer, there was something different about her. I watched her do that.
She was completely different when she gave
live,
that.
and she was so different. And I'm wondering, okay, who knows what, and who's not saying what, and you have to wonder if she has. I mean, of course she wants her mother back. We all do, and
Sure.
and I think she just hit the end of a rope. And then 2 days later, they said hold off before you make such a big ransom promise. And then that got pulled off the table.
Right.
And so then I waited, okay, what do they know? What are they going to say? What have they got? Not a thing. I mean,
Nothing.
crickets.
Nothing.
You
Yeah.
didn't hear a thing. But the
Nothing came out.
difference in her countenance, I mean, just in the, you could just see her downsliding, and that girl's on the bottom. I mean, she's gone back to the back to TV, but what a difficult
Well, right.
thing
And
to
when she
have
did,
to do.
right. When she made that announcement about the $1 million, before it seemed very scripted, and it was directed at the kidnapper. Very kind, loving. There was a tone to her. This was different, like you said. This was, we have $1 million. We want our mother back. Please. It was more. It was still kind, but it was more conversational, not so much scripted. Just like, okay, look, you can do the right thing. Whatever she said, do the right thing.
Right.
We'll
Let
pay.
us,
We will pay. Yeah, exactly.
yeah, let us celebrate with her, or celebrate her life, or remember her in death, but without directly saying those
Right. But everybody knew what
words.
she was
That was
saying.
her implication.
Right.
And so you knew she'd kind of come to um, a conclusion, or at least a very difficult decision for her to make.
Yeah, exactly.
And now she just wants to be done,
Yeah.
and
And I need to say what Leisha Gallegos put up online. We had a ghost voice pop in and say something, and Leisha said, I went back and listened, but couldn't decipher the words. Yeah, I got to go back and listen to that. That was weird. That was some glitch in StreamYard that replayed something that was just played. I mean, that was just very weird.
yeah, it was very weird. I thought somebody else was talking. So,
Well, I thought it was Luna Blue, but I'm looking at her avatar or her picture and it's not moving. It was so weird. Jesse Roblin said, if they needed money, I'm sure Savannah could have helped them. I really don't think that would be a logical motive. You're right and you're wrong. You're absolutely right that it wouldn't be a logical motive, especially since the sheriff has cleared them. However, you could be, I should say you could be wrong, not you are wrong. You could be wrong in that what if, and I'm not even saying this is a son-in-law, this could be somebody in her life that that needed money, and she had given money to them before and was tired of doing it and just said, I'm not going to do it again. I can't give you any more money. You keep asking me for money over and over and over. So we don't know any of their circumstances. And yeah, you're absolutely right, Jesse. Whatever the money situation was with her siblings, no doubt Savannah could take care of it for her. No question. Or them. But what if it was somebody else that she had loaned money to? What if it was an old friend or a child, an adult child of an old friend? I don't know. I just don't know. So let me do this here. Sorry, and if I'm not getting to your post, please forgive me. So hi, truth be told, good to see you, my dear. Let's see here. Jules and me, hello. Bipolar Express says they wanted something, money. Nancy died, wrote a ransom after the fact. Then, oh crap, no proof of life. And they got scared and stopped. And there you go. Very logical. Not a whole lot of assumptions that you have to make. Very, very good possible theory. No question. I'm going to scroll back up and make sure I haven't forgotten anybody here. Let me go back up here.
well, and all the cleanup, all of that was done.
Yes.
The things they didn't find that you
You're
would
right.
expect to find in something that it wasn't hastily planned. You
Right.
can take that to the bank,
Absolutely right.
because of what wasn't there.
Right. No, good point. Very good point. Hi, Penguin. And Lindy, too. Good to see you, my darling. Kelly J, hello. So, yeah, you guys, The thing is, I don't think there are a lot of theories. The details of the theories, you know, that when you get into the details, they could differ greatly. But robbery gone wrong, is that it? Kidnapping gone wrong. Let's say kidnapping for money gone wrong. Kidnapping for revenge. Kidnapping because they were directly angry at Nancy. I mean, those are kind of like all it could be. But the details, that's what we don't know, and that's what can make everything completely different. So, yeah, Debbie Niner fan says, sometimes family is always helping the same person, and then enough becomes enough. Absolutely right. No question. No question whatsoever. So, I just, yeah, I don't know. And Jules Me says, and then with the Tucson cops leaving the blood and plants on the doorstep for the press to walk upon. I know, that was very strange. Patricia Dietrich says, hi, everybody. I have no theory. I get that too. So let's see. Tucson Girl says, we don't know anything about the weeks prior. Did Nancy notice anyone following her? Any weird phone calls she may have received? Exactly. We don't know. Now, what we do know is there is a picture, even though the sheriff he's denied all of this, but it's got to be more than likely it's true. There's a picture that was taken of, I call him Porch Guy, taken of Porch Guy, but it wasn't on that night. It wasn't the night of the kidnapping. And they have been asking people, investigators have been asking people about January 11th. Was that picture taken on January 11th? I think that is a solid assumption. So I think it's a solid assumption that this was pre-planned pretty thoroughly. But I don't know. Stacy, what do you think about all this?
Well, I agree with that. You know, the January 11th date means something. And like you said, when the video, you know, people say, well, somebody in chat mentioned, they said he didn't come prepared for the cameras. Well, like you said, we don't know if that video was from that evening at all. They haven't told us. So that could have been, you know, them scoping it out to start with before they even went over there to take her, you know.
But Kelly J brings up a great point. Again, then why not come prepared for the camera on the door? Well, maybe he just forgot. Go ahead,
well,
Stacey.
and that too, in the videos, they're wearing a mask. They're disguising themselves. How else are they going to disable the cameras unless they do that?
Right.
So if they went and did that before the night they took her, that would make sense.
Exactly. 100% exactly right. Oh, you guys, it's driving me crazy. Does anybody have any other theory that we haven't touched upon? And I'm going to type all this up, and then I'm going to try and find facts to back up these theories. And then when we come back tomorrow, hopefully we'll have something new to report, and we can go over these again and see how we feel about it tomorrow. But does anybody have a theory that we haven't touched on yet? Yeah, spray paint. Why not just get black spray paint and be done with it, you know? That's a great point.
If that video was from their first time scoping out the house, then they wouldn't have known the cameras were there. They learned when they're there.
Right. Good point. Very good point.
So, you know.
Good point. again, so many assumptions you have to make because we know nothing. And I know, oh, wait, USMC, USMC Mom 2016 says, I do. Okay, tell us your, go ahead and type it. Or if you want to pop up and talk real quick, you can.
I'm going to hop off and listen.
Okay, thank you, Luna Blue. Thank you so much, my darling. Take care. Bye-bye. Okay, so here is the link to Backstage. There you go.
Yeah, because they obviously they were, you know, hiding from the cameras and did whatever to the cameras, and they haven't been caught yet. So they went, checked it out, did what they did with what they found, and then took her later on, you know.
Could
possibly.
be. Now, Kelly J says the photo was, let's see. It's from the night she went missing. That was confirmed. I haven't seen that.
Yeah.
And I'll check on that. I'm going to
yeah.
check on that. So let's see. In fact, I'm going to make notes here of what needs to be confirmed and what doesn't need to be confirmed. So let's see. Can you read?
What about the Wi-Fi jammer?
Well, yeah, that's the other thing, but I don't think that's it because it's too small. I mean, it has to be a bit bigger than what was in the pocket, but it's a possibility, you know?
Yeah, that was what I mean. I don't understand. I mean, there's only a certain range on something that small.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And so the nearest neighbor, if these houses are, I don't think they're that close.
Well, and according to Crash, they were in the range where it could have been affected if it was one.
Were or were not?
Pardon?
Were or were not? We couldn't understand you. Was it were or were not in the range?
Crash said she checked and they were in the range where they could have been affected if the Wi-Fi camera was used at Nancy's. Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
Wow. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And, is hers hardwired in or is it just Wi-Fi in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What about, I'm writing down the other picture. Write that down here. I'm going to get all the information I can find on that. So, yeah, we don't know what was in his pocket. Okay. Stardust Serenade says, my theory, a neighbor, teenage son, he SA'd and killed Nancy, inside the home, wrapped her in a tarp and took her out and dumped her body in the nearby desert. May have used parents' car. Absolutely. That could be. When they talk about the mixed sample, maybe that's what they're talking about. Now, that's a horrible thing to think about, but there's nothing to suggest that didn't happen. Nothing to suggest it did, but nothing to suggest it didn't. So, Stardust Serenade, you could absolutely be right. I'm going to look and see if we have anything confirmed that might suggest that, other than when the sheriff said the sample was mixed, that's what it could mean. So let me just take care of that. Stardust Serenade. And can you read what USMC mom says while I write this down, Stace?
Yeah, let me scroll back to it. Oh, I see. Okay. Let me see. Okay. The roof looks recently refinished. Did they ask contractor who worked for him? He may not know who they are if he picked up day workers at Home Depot and paid cash. Let's see.
Well, see, but Nancy, well, it would have to be the roofer that did that. Yeah. Exactly.
And Bipolar Express says if sex was the motive, then Stardust theory makes sense.
Absolutely, it does. It makes perfect sense. And I'm assuming that they are looking at all the neighbors. Is there a teenager that's a disturbed individual who has been behaving differently since the kidnapping? Could be. Whoops. Sorry. I'm gonna accidentally throw my microphone off here.
Sorry.
I'm just like a bull in a china shop, I'm like a pregnant bull. I'm like a pregnant bull with quintuplets in a china shop. Just everything just goes flying. Okay, let's see. Neighbors. And I'm sure they've looked at all the teenagers in the area. Any of them disturbing or violent.
I'm sure they've looked at everybody in the area, not just teenagers, but adults and stuff, and sex offenders and convicted felons for things like robbery or assaults and things like that.
Absolutely right. Absolutely. Okay, so USMC Mom 2016 says the roof looks recently refinished. Like she said, did they ask contractor who worked in it for him? He may not know. That's right. That's a very good point. The contractor. If the roof was just done, who is the contractor? And let me write this down. That's actually a very, very good scenario. That really is.
Well, we've seen that scenario.
Yes, we have.
Ed
Absolutely.
Smart. Ed Smart hired all sorts of people and just took them over to the house and hey, work on my window, work on my garbage
Mhm.
disposal, work on my, and then one morning his 14-year-old daughter is gone.
It's gone. Yeah.
So,
And it was one
we've
of the
seen that.
it was one of the people that he hired. Exactly. Roof refinished. Contractor. Okay. Stacy, could you read some more while I write this down, please?
Yeah, let me go back here. Let's see. Mhm. Okay. Oh, shoot. I keep touching the thing. Lisa Discover says, I think it was never an abduction, but they wanted to make it look like one. Yes. Jules and me says, weird teenagers might be a dime a dozen these days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, remember, I was a weirdie, so I was one of those weird ones. Weird teenagers. So make it look like an abduction. There's another thought too on this. Somebody knew that she was Savannah Guthrie's mom, assumed that she would have, all kinds of money and jewels there, and went in to get it and didn't have it. So they killed her and they panicked and took the body with them. Absolutely, that could be. No question. Tucson Tonight says possibly someone who frequents AT&T Poetry. Oh, A&T. Oh, sorry. That looked like AT&T for a moment. You're talking about
It's
Annie and
initials. Yeah.
Annie and her husband. Yeah. Poetry music performances that can attract a dark, artsy type. Nancy is polar opposite, church lady, community oriented, rich, so perp resented A&T's hypocrisy. That's a great theory, isn't it? That is a great
That's a
theory.
good one.
Very good one. Let me write that down. Again, nothing to say it happened, nothing to say it didn't. So let me get that. That's a very good theory. Girl, and yeah, artsy. I'm just going to write down some words here so I'll remember. Annie Poet. I'm going to figure out how to pronounce that name. Thomas. Teacher. Hypocrisy.
Let me see. Oh,
Okay. All right.
go back. Let me see.
I'm sorry, what?
I'm talking to myself. I'm looking to see what people are saying.
Okay, hold on. A lot of experts thought he had a tarp in the backpack to help carry her, but I don't know. Yeah. Could be, absolutely. Cat Ride says, I think it's random. And what do you mean by random? Like he just was going to go, and that could be, absolutely. Was looking for a house to break into to steal, case that house, and decided to do it, and something happened. There was an incident, and he took Nancy with him because he didn't want to leave any clues. So by that, is that what you mean by random? Like he was just casing the area and chose her house? Could be, absolutely. Again, none of these theories can be dismissed. They just can't. Okay, random. Okay, so let's see. There's no TV in the background, Jules. There's Stace, is your TV on?
I'm outside. I have birds going though. They're chirping.
I haven't heard any TV at all. So I don't know what you're hearing. Lori Lackey 6011 says, I hope they're not looking at another Israel Keys. He was so cold-hearted. Oh, he was awful. Yeah, if you have a question, put a couple of big question marks right by there. So Kelly J says, Cat Ride 3, I thought that too. Could you imagine if he didn't know who she was? It got all, yeah. Can you imagine? That's a very good point, Kelly J. Can you imagine if this guy randomly decided to rob a house and pick Nancy's house, and that happens? Yeah. if I was him, I would be incredibly panicked. Here's another thought, although, again, you have to make some assumptions. One, that it was random. He breaks in, he accidentally kills her, and somehow through the cleanup realizes that this is Savannah Guthrie's mom through something in the house. I mean, can you imagine? Yeah. And then all of a sudden your crime that was just supposed to be a robbery, a simple robbery, has turned into a murder and the biggest crime in the nation. So,
Yeah, gargantuan proportions.
Exactly. Oh, Lady Lux Slots, you are so welcome. She says, thank you, Tricia, for continuing to cover this and the John Bonet case. I also think this is a revenge crime. Someone who is mad at Savannah. See, that's where I think I'm going to go. Absolutely. So hold on.
I was going to ask Kelly J, if you have a link to whatever to where they're saying that that photo has a certain date, if you could send it to me, I'd appreciate it. Like, I can't find anything with dates on the photos or the videos. They're saying, they say the date that they released them, but not the date of them, except for there is one from the night. Or no, it doesn't say a photo or whatever. It just says cameras were disabled on that night because they know the time because of the disconnection. You can tell, just like the pacemaker, that
Oh,
it disconnected.
Penguin here. I didn't see this. Penguin says Nancy was not killed in the house. Her pacemaker shows her heart was still beating. Oh, I keep forgetting that. Yeah. Shows her heart was still beating when she left the house. Good point. That's a solid fact.
Well,
I believe that's a solid fact, isn't it?
We don't know when she left the house. All we know is when the pacemaker disconnected, right?
Oh, right. Good point.
Yeah.
Yes and no. That pacemaker is going to continue to run no matter what. And depending on what its settings were and why it was placed,
Mm-hmm.
you're going to get something. But on the flip side, I can see where that would make sense as well, because you get maybe just pacer spikes, but the thing is, how long between the time that dropped off, she would have certainly would have been frightened. And if she was frightened, and your heart rate goes up, I mean, everything goes up. That pacemaker is set to override, well, depending on the type it is,
Right.
what it was set at, to whether to override the high heart rhythm or a low heart rhythm. Now, a high heart rhythm would be they would have the implantable AED, and I don't think that's what she had. I think it was just straight pacemaker, whether it's single paced or dual paced, I don't know. But
they said that they know. Well, the reason they know it disconnected was through Bluetooth. It was connected to an app on her iPhone.
Yeah, so, and that goes into and they can tell the last time it was obviously that it was connected. But
so if it was Bluetooth and the Bluetooth was disabled, wouldn't that end any transmission?
It would end your transmission.
Yeah, or Wi-Fi was disabled. There would go the Bluetooth.
Anything that pulled her out, if she was out of range of so some people wear a watch. You would have to make sure that was not with them, or their phone, anything that's Wi-Fi capable, so that they can keep tracking that.
We have something here. Two things I want to say. One from, now I lost it here. Let's see. Point Penguin, it seems to me anything might have happened. Perp claim to be recruited online. Oh, here it is. truth be told, if Guthrie family hired private detectives, can they authorize EquiSearch or Cajun Navy? Well, here's the thing. EquiSearch and Cajun Navy can come in if they want. They just like to wait until they get law enforcement's okay. Anybody can come in. And if it's public property, they can search. But it usually search teams that are legitimate. They wait for an invitation from law enforcement. And that's what the Cajun Navy said. That's what EquiSearch is. That's EquiSearch's deal. They won't come in unless law enforcement picks up the phone and says, come on in. You know, they won't come in and do a big search. So, okay. Now, Lisa Cover says, yes, the perps claim to be recruited online. When I don't know anything about that. Are you guys talking about Guthrie or you're talking about another case? If you're talking about Guthrie, please show us where the perp said they were recruited online. That would be good to know. So let's see here. Let me do this down here. Penguin says, Kelly J, we've been told that the pacemaker showed a spike during the 41 minutes, probably when they confronted her. And we know the pacemaker was still working until she got too far away. Now, Lynn Jen, is it, I want to make sure I was understanding you because I was writing and thinking and trying to listen at the same time. Are you saying that the pacemaker could still be working and showing a beating heart or what?
The pacemaker will still work until a doctor physically goes in and shuts it down.
Okay, when you say it still works,
it's still pacing. It's still pacing. If you were to find her phone and find her, and it's even if she was passed away, that pacemaker is still pacing.
Now, when you say pacing, that's what I don't understand. Is it sending
it's sending its signal. Yes, okay. It is sending its signal. You have to shut it off. You have to go in and they shut it off or remove it, but it won't shut itself off.
Okay, now
it will keep pacing. I mean, it's pacing right now.
Okay, but
wherever
now,
she is.
Hold on. Let me ask. Hold on. Guys, hang on. When you say it's pacing, that doesn't mean that her heart is beating, though, right?
Right.
Okay.
It's just the pacemaker is still doing its job.
Gotcha.
And also with that, it pacing or beating either way. That doesn't, but it did disconnect. So that could have been, oh God, no, I forgot my point was about that.
Let me ask this.
Go ahead.
Does the pacemaker show the heart rate? See, what I'm trying to find out is, looking at the pacemaker, can we determine whether the heart was still beating or not?
At this rate, the pacemaker would show, if she were alive, you would know her own, you would know that she, her heart was beating because by the way, the pacer is set up to pace. If it's on demand, it will only pace at certain times. If it's set to pace continuously, that pacemaker is going to pace, say, 60 beats per minute, because that's what it's set at.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
now,
so, but it will only show pacer spikes. It will not show a normal sinus rhythm or a, it's just going to show what we call pacer spikes.
Okay. So in other words, unless we know how it's programmed, what it's set for, there's no way to tell if she was still alive, even if it was working, unless we know exactly how it was set and what it was supposed to be doing. Okay.
Yeah. Because here's the deal. We know that between 1:47 a.m. is when the doorbell camera was disabled and disconnected. 2:28 a.m. her pacemaker app dropped from her phone. So that disconnection and the heart stopped not beating anymore are two different things.
Right.
So if there was a disconnection from what we don't know, say there was a jammer, say something else, we don't know if it was still beating or if it disconnected due to another, whatever happened,
Right.
Yeah, it just disconnected from its reporting source, its recording source, what the doctors can watch and look at. It did not, it doesn't mean it shut itself down. They don't do that. Now, if something happened and she passed away, that pacemaker will not, like I said, it does not shut off. It just keeps pacing, trying to get the
Right.
heart to follow suit, and it won't. So it will continue. It will continue. If it's set to continuous pace, it'll just pace beats every, until somebody goes in and A, removes it, or B, just powers it down.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Lindy
you can't just power it down. It's got to be done medically.
Lindy too has a great question. Says, does the blood by the front door lead people to believe Nancy was dead or still alive when she left the house? From what I have heard, it leads people to believe she was still alive because that blood shows a beating heart, supposedly. Now, but I don't know. What have you all heard? Anything?
Oh, well, yeah, see, there's my question. So I looked at him too. Not that I know anything, but my question is, we know that blood pumps, when you're alive. But what if I don't have an opinion on whether she died before or after. I'm just saying, what if, there was blood dripping from her as they were carrying her and she was dead?
Well, it
was alive and injured.
If it was dripping, it would have to be being pushed out. And the only way it could be pushed out would be if her heart was pumping.
Well, no, what I mean is, on her clothes or whatever. If there was, she was bleeding and it got on her clothes, and so that's dripping as they're taking.
And then it dripped off her clothes. Well, that could be absolutely.
That's what I was wondering. Yeah. That's what I think of as I wonder which one. I mean, obviously we don't know which one, but they might, but yeah, because what if it was? I have no clue.
And Lisa Discover says there was another kidnapping for ransom, Bitcoin in Phoenix. The same night Nancy went missing, the perps were caught and told Ellie they were recruited online. Okay, that's what I didn't hear. I have not heard that.
I heard that. Yeah. Now, I didn't confirm if that was true, but I did read that, and that they were talking about how Nancy got a lot of attention, but that case didn't. So,
okay. Now, here's the thing, and I could be wrong. I want to state this. If that were true, that would be flipping massive. That they were recruited online, and it was the same night that Nancy went missing. Why wouldn't that be everywhere? The ad, who recruited them? Where were they recruited? Has anybody else been recruited? Who are they? To me, that sounds like a Reddit made up story. Now, Lisa, I'm not saying this is not against you, my dear, not at all. It can be presented as very believable. But if that is true, and the mainstream media has not covered that, then shame on them, because that is massive. And shame on the sheriff for not bringing it up if it's true, because it's huge. If somebody was recruited online to do just this exact type of kidnapping, and it matches what happened to Nancy, it should be everywhere. Can anybody point me to any article? I don't care if it's mainstream or not. Where have you read this? Can somebody tell me where so we can find it? Jules and me says, or no, let's see. Kelly J said, so would the pacemaker still be sending anything to her doctor if she is farther away or buried? Well, we don't even know if it was sending anything to her doctor, right? Lynn Jen?
Okay, it can. Only if she's connected to her source. So like her phone source or however,
you say it can. So it may not. It may not if it's not
It
connected.
won't if it's not connected to the source.
Okay, but
It's too far away. It can't be read.
okay, no, hold on. Listen. Does that mean absolutely, if it was connected to the source, that her doctor would be getting this? See, I think that's a whole different thing. And
Yes, they could pull it.
they absolutely could pull it. I mean, even
They can pull it.
Okay.
That's how we found out my cousin had died. The doctor pulled his report and it showed the pacemaker doing its part, but the heart not responding. So
Okay,
it immediately sent in 911 to my cousin's home, and he had died of a massive heart attack in his sleep.
Okay, so that makes sense then. So, but we don't know if the I mean, I'm assuming if the doctor could pull anything that it's been pulled, and
yeah, they would be trying like crazy.
Right, exactly.
To see if they could get anything, and because then you could kind of go, okay, we know it's pulling off of a source. It's same thing as like especially if it's your cell phone, you're going to go to, okay, what tower is it pinging from?
Right.
Because it's through the phone, it's got a ping from a tower.
Bipolar Express says the blood was partially a spray pattern from coughing. She was alive, but probably dying. And that could be, and I've been trying to get in touch with Joseph Scott Morgan. I've got to guilt trip him, people. He's such a kind, wonderful man that I hate guilt tripping him, but you know, I'm not above guilt tripping people. Let's face it. I'll guilt trip him, by golly. No, I won't guilt trip him. He's so busy, but I would love just to have him come on and answer 5 questions, you know? Maybe I can send, you know what? I'm going to send him that question. That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Because that's a great question. Okay, Offie, I can't. You're going to send me to my shrink if you don't stop, okay?
Yes.
You've got to stop. Please. Here. There you go. It's disgusting. You guys, this is the most disgusting thing. It's just germ-filled.
But he loves it.
I know he does. And he's so cute. Okay, but please. Thank you, honey. Okay.
Oh, I looked up, so it says the primary pacemaker app for iPhone is My Care Link part by Medtronic. And it says requirements: a stable Bluetooth connection, Wi-Fi or cellular data, and iOS 15 or later, which that part doesn't matter because we know it was working on her phone.
Right.
So.
Okay, and say that again. So what does that mean?
Well, a Bluetooth connection. So a Bluetooth connection, you need Wi-Fi. So basically you need to have Wi-Fi or your cellular data, which is your phone service. It says these apps provide data transmission to healthcare providers for remote monitoring, reducing the need for in-person visits. So if something happened and the Wi-Fi was disabled or her phone in some way, you know, then I don't know.
Okay. Oh, so frustrating. Hold on, guys. I may have some information here. Let me see what I have. Hold on just a second here. Hold on. Dang it. Hold on just a second here. When did she send it? 8:32. Okay. Guys, sorry. One of the kids needs the Hulu code that just got sent to my email. So this, of course, is urgent.
Yeah. My daughter does it all the time. She always forgets the passwords. And it's always during the show.
My son does that.
Yeah, but again, I'm like, okay, I sent text. Okay, everybody, doing a live stream. Of course, I'll stop it if it's urgent. Oh, I need the code. Did you get the code? Oh my God. Yeah. So guys, can you read the chat for me while I look this up? Thank you.
That's good.
Come on, man. They have a limited time to enter the code, and I know what it's like because I've had to text you and say, I sent you a code. I need it.
You got 10 seconds to enter this code. Yeah.
Sorry. Okay.
It'll self-destruct.
If not,
That's
your house will blow up. Yeah, it's just the whole thing is wrong on
Yeah.
so many levels.
Okay, let
Yeah.
me make sure that's it.
Or at least that's how my son sees it. House is gonna blow up if you don't give me that code.
I know. There we go. Okay,
Let's
when did
see.
she send this to me? At 8:32, and it's 8:34, so it should be okay. It's only 2 minutes ago, right?
Yeah, you got time.
Okay. If that works. Okay. Sorry, guys. Again, only the most urgent messages get answered during our live stream. Okay. Okay.
It's going crazy. So
Yes. So
somebody in chat just said Bluetooth does not need Wi-Fi to function. So that means Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, and cellular data, if that's the case, would all have been, maybe disconnected. I don't know, because we don't have details. We know it stopped working from the app. That's what they've told us. So, yeah.
Love and Coco says Joseph Scott Morgan was the one who said that about the blood, that it was aspirated. That's what I thought. That is
Yeah,
what
you
I
told
thought
me
I
that.
heard him.
Yeah.
You're
So,
aspirated.
I'm going
You
to
see,
check.
she would be on blood thinners.
Right. Exactly.
And
Okay.
so,
Yeah, we have another question about the pacemaker. And thank you, Lynn Gentoo. You're a nurse, so thank you for jumping in here and helping us.
it's been like 500 years ago, and pacemakers have changed so much since. But
Yeah.
the general, the general idea is still the same.
Right. Okay, here's a question. Here's a question from Berserker Loki says, if the pacemaker responds to Wi-Fi, couldn't it connect to public Wi-Fi and be tracked?
You have to put in your code.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it would be like, kind of like my husband has a Dexcom thing. You have to, it hooks up to an app on his phone to monitor his blood sugar. I know they're totally different, but yeah.
Well, it's the same principle.
Yeah.
It's the same principle applies. It's and so, but you have to have it. You have to you have to input your information. There's certain information you have to have in order for that to be read as you. Otherwise, you could be anybody with a pacemaker.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. So for the Dexcom, my husband, each time I put it on him, he has to use the number of that particular Dexcom each time. So every 10 days we change it, and we have to put in the number and stuff. Yeah.
Okay, so John Benio 7 says, just chalkboard tally all the red flags and look outside their box. But what are the red flags? I don't know what the red flags would be. If you can put some up there for us, John, I would be forever grateful.
Yeah, because, well, this whole thing's a red flag, but mostly red flags are something after the fact, like, unless it's the person who knows the perpetrator. They could be looking for red flags. But,
Exactly. So
yeah, I'd like to hear the red flags from his perspective or their perspective who posted that.
What are those red flags? I haven't seen any as far as any perpetrators go. I've seen nothing. I've not seen any red flag. The family, to me, hasn't done anything that would make me go, aha. Neighbors, nothing.
Yeah. Or a red flag, like say that there was somebody that previously broke in or was sending her threatening letters. Those would be red flags for.
Well, there you go. If we knew them, and I think it's safe to. I think it's safe to assume that Savannah probably has some very weird fan mail that they're going over. Hello from Brazil. Hello. Is that? God, I hate it when they all runs together. Can anybody read that? Verdiana Gavava 9209. Is that it? Cavallo?
I don't know. I don't know, but I'm just saying.
So thank you. And I apologize. It's just all
we
one
probably
word.
just butchered that right now.
I did. I can guarantee you I did, and I apologize.
I didn't even try, but welcome from to Brazil. Wow.
She says, call me Very. Okay, we'll call you Very. Thank you.
That
I can do. Thank you. So Kelly J, we need more solid info. The sheriff is, again, guys, we're going into more than a month. Do something different. Okay? Do something different. Has AG's car been returned to them, or is it still impounded? Tiny Bean, that's a great question, and let me tell you why. If it hasn't been returned, there's a reason. That means there's evidence in there, and they're not returning it. If it was returned, means they probably didn't find anything. But we don't know. That's the thing. We don't know. We know it was towed. We know Nancy's car was towed, but we have no idea if they've been returned. The only reason they would keep a car is because it had evidence, and they needed to process it more and more and more.
Yeah, see, that's a question. I see so many people speculating and directly saying online the car hasn't been returned. But then you also see people saying the car was returned, but at a different location because they're not at the house right now, or at that whatever they had it put somewhere else. But yeah, the Ellie hasn't come out and said, so we really don't know.
Exactly. They need to come out and tell us. Or what I would hope is maybe Annie or her husband is driving it and it's caught on a camera and the picture is published. There you go. Thank you. Thank you, Barry. She says, thank you. I love this channel. We love you too, my dear. And we love you being so easygoing and the fact that two of us butchered your name.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And one of us was too chicken to try.
It makes me crazy. So, bipolar, exactly. I want to know, she says, if it's true that they found Nancy's cell phone in her own car. Now, see, that to me, that would be huge because I would think that cell phone would be her lifeline. It is mine. I could never leave my cell phone in the car. I'd have to go get it. And if it was left in the car, well, what the hell? Let's see. Sensible Crime says, I'm stuck at home recovering from a broken ankle. I'm so happy to see all of you tonight. Oh, I'm so sorry, hon. I'm sorry you broke your ankle. That's awful.
Yeah.
Well, we're here to ease the pain. One of our taglines, and Stacy, you and I, we say this all the time. We're here to ease the pain of broken bones.
Yeah.
That's what we're here for. Absolutely. So anyway, I wish, and like Stacy said, people are swearing up and down. Yes, it's been reported that it has been returned. Where does it say that?
Yeah. Yeah. We'd like to know you guys have any information, email us and give us the links and all that. We'd love to see it.
Exactly. Truth be told says, saw 2 times that Annie's car is in the car shop being out back together, put back together is probably what you mean. And that could be too. But it seemed that's an awful long time to keep it. And it would be logical to assume that if it's being kept this long, that it's because it has evidence. That's a logical assumption. Even if they're putting it back together, it wouldn't take this long, I don't think. So, me love you long time. By the way, that's McSpunky, if anybody's questioning why I'm reading that. That's him. We love our gotta have a little dose
we
of
love McSpunky.
Me love you long time. Absolutely. So, let's see. Sensible Crime, another question. Do we know if she had a landline? I have no idea. By the way, I read that AT&T is getting rid of landlines in 2027. So, there you go. Here we go. Susie 27301 says, Stacy and everybody, do you think her Uber or ? Driver could have thought she was gone and came in to rob her and ended up more than he expected? Anything is possible. Absolutely. Now, she did take, supposedly, an Uber, a Lyft, or something to Annie's house, and they are the ones that drove her home. Anything's possible. I'm sure they have, but here's the thing. I'm sure that driver has been looked at upside down, inside out. They have torn his life apart. And if they haven't found anything, then he more than likely is not even slightly connected. So.
There are 2 things to that. So they came out, law enforcement came out and said they were investigated. They have been cleared. There was video from the vehicle,
Oh,
which,
so they have come out and said,
but
okay.
also, Annie's husband said he dropped Nancy off at home, or he dropped her off at home. So why would he say no? So the Uber driver dropped her there.
Right.
Remember, at their house. So that's when it was the Uber driver. He dropped them off at Annie's house, and they said she made it there.
Okay, now, has that been confirmed that he dropped her off? Because in the beginning, the sheriff would not say if it was Annie or her husband that dropped her off. Has that been
they
confirmed?
said it was Tommaso, but I'm talking about the Uber driver, though, is that
Okay,
the Uber driver dropped him off at Annie's. So
Gotcha.
then why would Annie and her husband say Nancy made it if the Uber driver did something to her and she didn't make it?
Right. No, that's good point. Good point. Yeah, that wouldn't be exactly. So
Mhm.
anyway, Pick the Baby Mom says Joseph Scott Morgan said she was alive when she went out the door and that it is spewed blood mixed with air. In fact, I think I have that clip. Can you read some things in chat really quickly? Just pick some stuff and start reading and I will find it, okay?
Yeah. Let's see. I suggest people Google Matthew Mueller kidnapping, a wild crime that was so strange the police thought it was a hoax. Okay.
Oh, I know which one that is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there was a Netflix special on it, wasn't there? Or maybe not. Maybe not. What's the name of it?
The Matthew Mueller. So Candy Williams, if you mean the video where it shows a bunch of cars passing by from a neighbor's camera, it was like 2.5 miles away. They said it's there. They didn't find anything of note in that video. I don't know if it was a different one or what.
Okay, let's see here. Here's the one. This is the elder abuse theory, but I think this is where he talks about it being, well, this is only 4 minutes long. I'm not sure if he mentions the coughing here, but let's see. Let's watch this again. This from News Nation, everybody. This is several days old. Okay, and I'll put the link in chat. Everybody be sure, click on the link and be sure and join their channel. Okay, so here we go.
Men that showed up at Nancy's house today. We don't know much. I don't believe they were law enforcement based on what we saw, but they went around the side of the house. There were 3 of them. What was most interesting is they seemed especially interested in the front door, which is, of course, where we saw the blood drops. And then they opened the door. They went in. There was some speculation that they could be locksmiths, although I'm not sure that really makes any sense. But they were here for about an hour, and then they were gone, Jesse.
Brian, I want your take on what the sheriff had to say about getting definitely closer to a break. But let me just get to Joseph real quick. Joseph, I understand you might have 2 theories about what may have happened to Nancy that we might not be thinking of.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, first off, I think that, going with what Brian is saying about the blood deposition there in the front at the door, I think that is significant because this is an act of violence. And, we have confirmed, or they have confirmed at least, that is Mrs. Guthrie's blood that was deposited there. I have my own thoughts about the nature of the deposition and what it kind of stemmed from. And that was a sudden taking, if you will. The one shot there where you have that kind of expirated blood that is in that large patch. You've got the larger elements of blood there. That expirated blood, which are tiny little dots right there, that's evidence of somebody probably coughing or sneezing out blood deposition from right there. And this blood is not indicative of, say, having a cut on your hand and it just kind of free falling.
And then you have this other idea about her age and her being a vulnerable victim.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you guys realize how many cases I've worked over the course of my career in Atlanta and New Orleans that involved ransom? 0. You know, the cases I have worked, elder abuse. I've had people that have taken advantage of the elderly because they knew that they had money, and they bum rush them into their house and they snatch them out of there, or they do terrible things like murder inside of the house. You know, she is a much more valuable target to them if they had foreknowledge of whose mother she was.
Right.
That doesn't take a deep dive here. And so if they think that they can get anything out of her, so I think that comes to local knowledge. You know, who knows this? Is this somebody's, grandson that might be in the neighborhood that has some knowledge that's been talking about this for a protracted period of time?
Right.
I wonder if it's gang related. I wonder what they're pressing relative to the gang associations in Pima County, because this smacks of this relative to targeting her,
Right.
seeking her out.
And let me, Brian, I'll give you a chance to respond to that since you've been on the ground and know this case better than anybody else. But also, I wanted your response to where the sheriff says they're definitely closer to finding a suspect. But I mentioned before all the seemingly gaps in this investigation, or at least what they know.
Yeah, and he's been saying that for a while. There are a few other things he said today that really stood out to me. One, he was asked about that new surveillance video of the car from 2.5 miles away. He said that it is part of the investigation, but he said that they are looking at hundreds of thousands of cars, which my jaw kind of dropped, like hundreds of thousands. How could that possibly be? I don't know if it's from traffic cameras, but that wasn't really encouraging to hear him say that. The other interesting thing was in terms of the backpack that the suspect was wearing that they've been saying was bought at Walmart all along, and we know they were going through the Walmart sales records. Today, he said that they believe the suspect may have gotten it secondhand. So he didn't necessarily buy the backpack himself from Walmart, which is something we haven't heard the sheriff say before.
Brian, real quick, about 40 seconds to Joseph's theory. If someone bum rushed her, jumped in, maybe was trying to get something from the house, do you know if anything was stolen from her house?
Not that we know of, no. And I heard what Joseph was saying about the blood. One thing I've thought about is I think it may be an indication that she was alive when she left the house, because if she was already dead, you would think, I mean, I hate to talk like this, but you'd think they would have wrapped her up. Or why would there be those blood spots coming if she was already dead? So I think it's a sign that she was alive when she left.
Gentlemen, I wish we had more time to talk about this, because there's could be a number of theories we go through. But Brian Enton, Joseph Scott Morgan, thank you both so much, as always.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below.
Stacy, did you see that?
Which part? What I missed?
I put a thing up. They somebody said they sent the link to us with the story about the kidnapping, so it must have gone to your email.
I'll go look.
So.
I don't see it yet. So.
Okay, what email did you send it to, my dear? I think it was it? I just pulled it off. I was hoping you'd see it.
I was looking up information while I was listening to Joseph.
It's Lisa Discover says, I sent the link for local news coverage for the Phoenix. Did you send an email or text or? Here, come on. There we go. Go get that. Go get that. Let's see here. Sophie's Choice says, Occam's razor, burglary gone wrong, 2 perps. What?
She said she put it in chat, which for you viewers,
we can't
when
see
you guys
it.
post a link, it won't show up. Yeah.
You got to
I'll give
email
my
it to
email.
us.
Yeah.
Here, I'll put the email in producer, PRODUCER at Websleuths.com. Yeah, we have it so that way, because when we first started, I kept getting porn links all the time.
Yeah.
Constantly. It's like, that's not going to work. So.
Yeah, Debbie Niner fan, we have it disabled so people can't post links.
Yeah, for that reason.
In this chat. Yeah, there's different settings for each channel.
Yeah, it was crazy. So, Jeffem 427 says, has anyone considered the deportations will go into overdrive if Nancy was murdered by illegal aliens and that's a huge motive for the authorities to cover it. No, I don't think that. I think that is absolutely not the case. They're not going to cover anything up.
That's
Absolutely not.
conspiratorial. So that
Yeah.
goes through all these assumptions.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
a whole
it's
bunch of
conspiratorial.
assumptions that you have to make.
Yeah,
And yeah, not gonna.
a whole conspiracy. Yeah, because then for them to cover it up, that means every single person involved would have to work on
Would
it.
have to know
Law
about
enforcement,
it. Yeah.
the local law
FBI.
enforcement, FBI, everybody, the forensic team, anybody at all with any knowledge would
Yeah.
all have to be in on it.
That doesn't mean that conspiracies can't happen.
Right.
I'm not suggesting that. And
Yeah.
please don't think and I'm not just trying to just go, oh, dismiss you. No, no, no. I'm just saying I don't think that is a something that is a possibility here at this time. You sent me a Facebook link to Nancy's Facebook, and in it she complains about ICE, puts up a negative story about Trump.
It's not that Nancy though. It's a different Nancy Guthrie.
Well, but it shows her picture.
No, it's a different one.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to show you.
Which one? Let me check. Okay, go ahead.
I'm going to show you.
Because I sent different ones. Two
You
were
sent
different
3 of them.
ones.
You sent
Okay,
3.
yeah.
And 2 of them are not her. One
And
of them
then,
is.
ouch.
And I think it is it's the bottom one.
Okay.
And it shows her. Let me show this picture. You tell me if this is her or not. Hang on. Is that Nancy?
No, that's not Nancy, but I didn't send, or I have to go look at what I sent. Let me go look at the bottom one.
It's in your email. This isn't Nancy Guthrie right here.
Right. No, I have to
sure?
see why I sent it. Which one I sent. Okay. The third one. Okay. Yeah. No, that's not her. That's a different woman.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
no.
looks exactly
No, the third
like
one.
her.
No, that one is her.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah. That one is.
Yes.
Her.
That's
I sent 3 of them, so I'm having to go through which one says which.
That's what I'm saying. It was the third one. It was the one on the bottom that I'm like, if that's not her, then that's her twin. And in that Facebook, she talks negatively about ICE and negatively about Trump. So
yeah, and the posts are still there. They weren't removed.
They're still there.
Still
well,
there.
the ones I saw were not that. They
so
were.
This one was posted January 27th. So before. Right. Yep.
Oh, yeah. No, they're. Yeah. I'm glad they're there because that shows what she. Yeah, the ones that I saw were showed that picture of her, but they were more volatile, and I can't find them now. But so I'm glad that shows that they're still there. That's good. That's really so. I couldn't find the ones that I saw. So let's see. Okay, just sent the link to your email. Very good. You know, I was looking at some you go ahead and grab that, and I'm gonna tell everybody about this. I was looking at some videos, new videos for Nancy Guthrie, and I saw these videos breaking the case, possibly found. And I'm like, oh my God, oh my. And I don't recognize the names of any of these people. Now, they even look like regular news sources, but they had wild links. I mean, wild headlines, just wild, that nobody else was reporting. So it's like, I hate this. And it was probably AI made to look like, made to look like a real news reporting agency. But the name of it was one I had never, there was 2 of them. I'd never heard of these names before. Never. And so it's like, oh my gosh, if somebody didn't stop and look and take a deep breath, they would think there was a huge break in the case, So good question, Tucson girl. Did the owners of the house for sale across the street have any work done on their house before listening? That's a very good question. A worker could have been watching her. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yep. A worker on any of the houses along there. No question. No question. So. Oh, that's okay, Duchess. You can just use regular question marks. Just like hit it 3 times. So I'll see it. Okay, yeah, I don't have it either. I don't know why other people have it. They're lucky. But like, if I have a question, I'll do this. So just do something like that, and that way I'll see it. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Sensible Crime said there's a town near me where a famous athlete lives, and everyone always points his house. Yeah, my dad used to live right by Carl Malone of Utah Jazz. You know, but I don't think anybody would dare go into Carl Malone's house. So he was known to have guns. Yes, go ahead.
And Debbie Niner fan put in a minute ago that it worked. Just copy and paste. You saw the link, but we don't see the link. So
Yeah,
it's blocked, so it doesn't actually go into chat. You're the only one that sees it because
right.
it doesn't
If you
show up.
post it, you see it, but we
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah.
So that's why. And again, the reason why we did it, I had so many trolls. It was like the second they saw they could post links, it was everything. And I'm like, I had no idea how to turn it off. Oh my God, it was horrible. Scared me to death. Oh, here we go. Okay, what I wonder is Savannah wasn't working due to vocal cord surgery before her mom went missing, right? I did not know that. They have talked about how she had surgery before, but I don't know what the surgery was for. Let me do a little searching here and see. Okay, so hang on here. Let's see what we can find.
By the way, I looked at the email and I know what kidnapping thing they're talking about now.
Okay, and what is it?
Well, it's actually Moonlight Nye. It's from our area. Two boys here in our San Luis Obispo County, where we live, were arrested. They said somebody online hired them to, was it kidnap? Wait, here it is. Let me check. They were arrested for a home invasion where they were allegedly trying to steal millions in cryptocurrency. And that was on January 31st in Scottsdale, Arizona.
Okay,
It,
and
it
so,
was
but
big news here because they were local teenagers.
they were looking for cryptocurrency in the
Yeah.
house.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Well, it's digital, so I don't know if somebody had it and they were gonna like hold them and have them transfer the money, you know. Yeah, so they were attempting to steal like 60 million in Bitcoin.
Okay, in Bitcoin.
Yeah.
See, I don't think Nancy Guthrie would have that. So if they were recruited online, it sounds like they were recruited for a specific home. Would that be a safe assumption?
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
See, I thought it was they were recruited online to do a kidnapping and then demand Bitcoin. And I'm like,
No,
oh my God, if
not a
that's the case.
ransom. Yeah. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
But still, though, absolutely, they should, no question, look into that. I'm assuming they have, even though it was a targeted house because that house had access to all that Bitcoin, they still should look into it. I'm assuming they have.
The boys
We
are
haven't heard
arrested.
anything.
So
But if somebody was recruiting them online, what I'm saying is they need to look into.
oh yeah, they'd be doing that for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, Savannah Guthrie surgery. It says co-anchor Savannah Guthrie successfully underwent blah, 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 blah surgery. And it's exactly what it says, people. I can't pronounce it. In early 2026 to remove a vocal cord polyp and nodule treating chronic hoarseness. The hour-long procedure performed by Dr. Peekwu required her to remain silent for 8 days during the recovery before returning to the show in late January 2026. So you're absolutely right. She did. She had vocal cord surgery and she recovered and returned. So next part of your question is, Duchess, what would the next part be? Let's see. And then we're going to get to our book club here. Penguin, let's see. Did Nancy's perp hear about those crypto teens and figure Nancy had the same, but realized she didn't, so they panicked? Hey, Tucson girl, anything is possible. I would hope that they would think that an 84-year-old woman wouldn't have access to anything like that.
What?
But anything's possible.
Well, they were so it was the same night. It was January 31st. So there wouldn't have
Right.
been time for them to hear about it before anything was done with Nancy for the public to
Oh,
hear
that's
about
true.
it.
That a
Yeah.
good point. Well, but wait. Unless they were recruited and but why would they pick Nancy's house for the Bitcoin? Yeah, good point. Let's see here.
If somebody's being recruited, would it be one person doing all of this recruiting, or does everybody have this collective recruiting thought? And
Yeah. It could be either one. And that's what will be interesting to find out here when they release more information about the teenagers. They were like 15 and 16 years old.
holy cow.
It's a big, shocking thing for us here because, you know, we're such a, I don't know, things like this don't happen a lot here. So,
Now, this is a good point Penguin brings up here. Said, did you see that her neighbor worked with gems and jewelry and had expensive items in their house? Could they have gone to the wrong house and found Nancy? Absolutely, yes. No question. I think that is as logical as anything. And panicked, killed her. And I would hope that the sheriff has investigated that inside and out.
yeah, we talked about that the other night and how
Yeah.
just, I go to gym shows and how
I love them. They're fun.
you can get a lot of money there. So, yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, Bipolar Express says the backpack may have contained a change of clothes, just a different jacket. Yeah, just a different jacket would make it look full. Absolutely right. Jesse Roblin said, people are nuts. Apparently, some woman was arrested this afternoon for driving up to Rihanna's house in LA and fired shots at it with an AR. People go crazy. Yeah, what the hell?
Yeah.
It's just nuts. Absolutely. So, yeah, I know
That
what
is just too twisted for color TV.
I know what you're doing. Insightful.
Yeah, so Lisa, both twins were from California. So San Luis Obispo County is here, and so is Morro Bay and San Luis Obispo, which are next to each other. So
there you go, Duchess. Why not? Why not? Why not? Maybe
Why
Alex Cox is to blame. Some portal, Chad Dable.
yeah,
Exactly. Hey,
yeah.
at this point, anything is possible, people. Anything is possible. So, absolutely.
Ooh, AZ Mermaid says gym show is largest in the world in Tucson.
Wow. See,
Oh,
and if he
wow.
had
That's
all those
because it's
gems,
Arizona. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
I mean, really, guys, think about it. Big, shiny rocks that people know are really valuable.
Yep.
Easy
Yeah.
target. Easy target.
Yep.
And yeah, that poor guy, I know what you're talking about, but he has been like, I don't think intentionally doxxed, but everybody has looked into him and what he is doing at the gym show because of that, you know? And I thought I heard the sheriff say that they looked into that and it didn't have anything to do with him. I thought. I need to double check. In fact, I'm going to make a note to double check on that.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Sensible Crime says, I'm thinking more and more that this was a long, obsessed weirdo. Now, to add to that, let's remember, Savannah had her mother on the show several times. They even did a tour of the beautiful home that she was kidnapped from. Very well could be. Absolutely. So let's see. What was I going to check up on? That was 30 seconds ago. Oh, whether the sheriff cleared the gem story. That's right.
Let's see. Okay.
But okay, so you're making sounds of disgust. What's going on?
Oh, I was laughing because what is it? Oh, Bipolar Express said what happened when Rihanna kissed her pet snake. She got salmonella. Ella. Oh my God. You say that, and I think of that guy on what was it the X Factor years ago. Oh my gosh, it was terrible.
What happened?
Oh, it was an audition, and that's the
Mhm.
song they were singing, and it was just so bad. So every time I hear that, I think of that guy singing it. So,
By the way, hang on just a second here.
and he freaked out and went off stage. Oh,
Duchess says, no, really. Again, really, why not? Why not Alex Cox and Chad's Portal? Who knows? So, yeah, that's right, Kelly J. That gentleman had a month-long gemstone show. So, now, who was it? Hang on. We have a request, people. Let's go to the request lines, everybody. Let's go. Let's see. Let's talk to LA. LA, what do you want to hear tonight? Where is it here? Where did it go? Just call me Kim Fee says, please don't release Alex. Please. Please, please. Hold on. So we had a request. Oh, Debbie Niner fan, I don't think the sheriff's being honest for whatever. Oh, Lisa Discover says, can we watch the Phoenix related video? If I can find it, certainly. Sensible Crime says the criminologist talked about sexual assault of the elderly. It's usually a family member and in the victim's house. Oh, look. God, what's wrong with people? Okay, let me see if I can find that story.
I have it. I have the video. I can email it to you.
Oh, just email it to me, please. Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you. We can watch it, sure. Absolutely. Absolutely. And then we'll talk about the book. Unless you want to keep talking about Nancy. I don't have anything to do tonight, guys, so I can chit-chat for a while.
Sent.
Thank you. Yeah, I thought there was a whole different connection with that story. I thought that these kids were recruited online to kidnap somebody and then ask for Bitcoin. I thought, oh my God, if that's the case, then yeah, that should be everywhere. But this was a different thing. The person had the Bitcoin in their home, or had access to it, I should say, of some.
Yeah, access. You
way.
keep saying had it in their home.
Yeah, it's not a thing that they can hang on to.
Yeah.
Right. They had access to it, I should say.
Or they thought they did.
Right. They thought they did. And that's why they targeted that person. So they wouldn't target Nancy Guthrie because she wouldn't have that. Let's see.
The part that gets me is 15 and 16.
That's
what
horrible.
Are these kids? What were they
thinking?
And where are we finding these people that are looking for these people?
I don't know. I don't know.
Just 15 and 16-year-old kids. And one thing like that in their life is irrevocably changed.
It could be ruined. Stacy, I haven't got it yet. Can you resend it, please?
Oh, yes. And they were 16 and 17. Sorry.
Oh, on the aired on the side of, yeah.
Okay.
Still juvenile, so that, and I don't know if that would make a difference. Well, that would be a prosecutorial decision, but, still. At 15, 16, 17-year-old, I was going to basketball games and hanging out with my friends and doing stuff like that. I wasn't, hey, I'm going to go online and see who I can,
Hang on, guys. Here we go. This actually comes from Stacy's neck of the woods, News Channel 312. So here we go.
With us live at 5, I'm Scott Hennessy. Beth and CJ are off tonight. 2 teens from San Luis Obispo County were arrested in Scottsdale, Arizona, accused of a home invasion and a plot to steal millions in cryptocurrency. News Channel reporter Jared Zinn is live in San Luis Obispo. Jared, investigators say these teens were recruited for this shocking crime online.
Good evening, Scott. That's right. One of the teens lives in SLO and attended San Luis Obispo High School. The other lives in Morro Bay. And the teens told Arizona authorities after their arrest that the two had only just met. Ari Parker lives in Scottsdale, Arizona. At first, he didn't think much of this blue car in the background of his Ring camera footage from Saturday.
I had no idea they were connected to the crime that happened here.
Just down the street, SLO County teens Jackson Sullivan and Skylar Lapel, disguised as delivery drivers, allegedly forced their way into a home. Investigators say they violently restrained 2 adults and demanded $66 million in cryptocurrency. A third resident managed to call police.
The police work was really impressive. They were pounding the pavement, doing old school gumshoe police detective work, knocking on doors, letting neighbors know what was happening.
The teens fled and after a pursuit hit a dead end and were arrested. Once in custody, the teens told Arizona authorities they had only just met each other.
Many of them have lived here for 15, 20 years, and they mentioned that this is the first time they could remember something like this happening.
Unidentified characters known as Red and 8 allegedly sent Sullivan and Lapel messages on the app Signal, telling them to go to Arizona with funds to purchase supplies so they could pose as delivery drivers.
It's certainly eye-opening, and it's also incredible the way that different pieces of evidence will be pieced together.
Officials at San Luis Obispo High School have confirmed that Jackson Sullivan was a student. From what we can gather online, he played sports and wrote articles for the student newspaper. The teens are being held in Arizona and will be charged as adults on multiple felony charges, including kidnapping, burglary, criminal impersonation, and felony flight. Live in San Luis Obispo, I'm News Channel reporter Jared Zinn.
Okay, there you go. So, yeah, not what I'd call brilliant criminals. Really dumb kids. Oh my God. What were they
Well, and they just met.
Yeah,
Oh,
they just
hi.
met. What the hell?
You know,
Exactly.
I'm doing this burglary with you, you know. They didn't plan anything. They didn't, you know. It's like,
Just call me
crazy.
Kim. Just call me Kim. They were recruited by somebody online, and they were told to go to this house that this guy had access to the currency, the Bitcoin currency. He had access to it somehow. That guy whose house they went in and they tried to
that they
get
went
it from him.
to.
Yeah. So
It-
that's what it was. So
It reminds me of the Clutter family murders.
oh yeah. Oh,
And
absolutely.
Going there for a safe that they didn't have.
That they didn't have. Yeah, exactly. And killed them. Ended up killing everybody, you know.
Yeah.
And so that's in cold blood, Truman Capote, everybody. Okay, let's see. Is there anything else here? I think it is. Yeah, let's see. Just reading here. Any other questions? Let's see. Let me make sure we've got everybody. Well, there you go, Bipolar Express. Maybe, well, it depends on when they wrote the first ransom note, but maybe by that time they had heard about the Bitcoin and they said that to throw everybody off because there was a Bitcoin, attempt at kidnapping in the state. Anything like that is possible. Absolutely. Absolutely right. So, you know what, Afi? Come here. Go get it. Let's see. So I want to make sure I haven't missed any questions, my darlings. Okay. By the way, yeah, you need to check out websleuths.com. Let me put the link in chat to the Nancy Guthrie forum that we have. It's really good. And our members are just thinking like crazy outside the box. What I'm going to do is I'm going to type up, and Stacey, I'll send you a copy of the things that we talked about tonight. And then I'm going to see if I can find any red flags that points to anybody or anything. I don't know of any red flags that points to anybody or anything in this. Do you, Stacey?
I don't know.
I mean, it's a red flag. Nancy Guthrie lived alone, didn't have strong security. Is that a red flag or is that just a mistake? I don't know. I don't know. So here we go. Let me put this in chat really quickly.
Well, it certainly wasn't a fly-by-night deal. I mean, it was obviously well planned.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, it
Ivy
wasn't
Rose
just
says that how would they ever be able to use, talking about the kids that tried to get the Bitcoin, how would they ever be able to use it without getting caught? That's what makes me think the ransom note was written by someone who isn't a pro. Yeah, I think you're right. I think it was written by someone who isn't a pro. So, W.S. Guthrie discussion. Here we go. Hey, Lynn Jen, have you read Joseph Scott Morgan's book yet?
I just got it.
Oh, good.
So
good.
I got to do a lot of catching up to do.
Oh, no. I want you to stick with us here because you got the book with you, and so you can.
Wait,
I
Joseph
think
Scott
so.
Morgan's book?
Did I say Joseph? I'm sorry. I meant
Yes.
Michael. I'm sorry. I meant God Almighty.
I was so
I was going to say, wait a minute.
I'm
Okay,
like, what? There's
I got.
another club? What?
No.
No.
Mike King. Mike King.
Let me
Lordy.
see if this is the book that just came. I've got some coming, and I'm not sure. No, that's Catherine Ransland.
Where's Boo? Boo is outside. He is sitting down. I've put a little blanket out there, and he sits down on the blanket, and he surveys the yard. He'll do that for about 4 or 5 more hours, and then he'll come in. So thank you, Mary Ellen. Boo is just.
No, my book has not come yet.
Oh, okay. Well, stay up here with us anyway, okay? And by the way,
Okay.
it's not Joseph Scott Morgan's book. It's Mike King's book from Profiling Evil. Sorry. Boy.
All right.
Yeah, Joseph Scott Morgan's is The Blood Beneath My Feet. Tales of the Death Investigator. He started as a death investigator in New Orleans at 18. So boy, has he seen everything, Stacy, how many frogs do you have in your pond this time? That is a question that Kelly J wants answered, please.
It would be impossible to count. I have no idea. There's always at least 30, I'd say.
Ah.
Yeah.
Marlene Clausen says, Trisha, are you cheating on us with another book club?
Yeah.
Not yet, but it might happen. It might happen. So, and Sophie's Choice says, if Ransom was from the perps, maybe they were just trying their luck, so to speak, as they realized it had become so big. Well, it could be. It could just be like everybody throwing spaghetti at the wall and see what would stick. Ugh. And it was just, giving it a shot to see if it would work. Absolutely. So,
I'm sorry. That's funny.
Stacy's a prolific frog breeder. You are. I mean, the world is overrun with frogs, and this is what you're doing. You're breeding more and more. Oh my God. So,
That's our Stacy.
yes, indeedy.
Okay, hang on. I'm wondering if it got caught up in my Amazon was hacked, and they just shut me down.
Really?
Yeah, so I got one of my orders, but not everything. So I'm looking to see what.
Bummer.
Yeah, they sent me a thing and said you have been hacked.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
So when they
I almost didn't believe it because I have the Amazon Prime card. So
were there
called to see what charges were on there.
Yeah, any charges that you didn't recognize?
Yeah, they did. There were. And so they just shut me down. So I'm just looking on my deal to see if that book was part of the, and I can't seem to
I hope not.
get into. Let's just.
Well, if it was, let me know, and I can order one for you and send it to you, okay?
Okay, wait a minute. Which is it?
It's Wolves in Sheep's Clothing.
Wolves in Sheep's Clothing. Yes. I think that one's the one that's. Okay, let's double check. Let's go back under this one.
Here it is.
Where is that? Oh, and Duchess, yes, I brought that Getty kidnapping up a while back. in relation to this. Yeah.
Yeah. And Frank Sinatra's son was kidnapped. They were caught, though. They served their time and then they got out.
So,
Oh, boy.
okay, yeah, no, I do have it.
You do? Oh,
I do.
good.
It does say it's here. It's just a matter of finding where it
Finding the
went.
box.
Yes.
Finding that damn box. There
It's
you
like
go.
some stuff came, some stuff didn't. And I mean, like I said, I was gone, and they said, you have been hacked. And it's nice to know that they will catch that. But
Right.
Yeah.
Wow,
But
that's
let's see.
crazy. Well, Melody said, this man needs to be in jail for what he did to Nancy. He can't be free for long. I agree. He needs to go to jail for life. Well, especially if she's dead. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
No question. So,
This box.
and Cheryl Curtis, that I thought of that, that maybe this was a gang initiation, and they told this person, hey, you have to kidnap an elderly person from the house. And again, absolutely could be possible. Don't know why it would be. I don't know why it wouldn't be. That's the problem. That is the problem. So we just don't know enough. I've got to think that the sheriff is going to come out and start giving more information, because he doesn't want this case to just fade away. He doesn't want to be known as the one that could not solve this case. Yeah.
I think there's a reason, because I was talking with somebody today and it's so quiet in the case right now.
Mm-hmm.
That usually means they have something. That when
I hope
it's
so.
quiet. So I hope so too. I really do.
I hope you are right. We will jump on it. But I'll tell you what, let's talk about this. Stacy, you probably haven't even had a chance to go over your copy yet, have you?
Oh yeah, I have.
You have? Okay. Because I started reading it like a normal person.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started looking at the names of the chapters. I'm like, oh, God, I want to go to that one for, I mean, you guys, this is such a great book. Let me put the link in chat. And Stacy, why don't you go ahead and tell everybody how they can become a member of the official Websleuths Investigative Book Club. It's really, really easy.
Okay. So all you have to do is email me, and I just need your websleuths.com username. And then I will put you to the book club email list, and I'll send you a link to the thread. And then when the Zoom call comes around, I'll send you the link for the Zoom call.
Now, the email has to be the email that you registered with, okay? Because that's the one that we're going to use to send you the link to the Zoom call. So
I found my book.
Is that what you were doing? It sounded like
yes,
you were tearing down a wall. So
I was there was some boxes came and some didn't. And so it said it was in there. So
good.
I had to rip the boxes open so I've got it. It's right here in my hot little hands.
Good, good, good. That is wonderful. Okay. So here is the discussion thread in the book club forum about Mike King's book. Why do I keep saying Joseph Scott Morgan? My God. Okay. So here we go. Let me just put this. Mike King. And you know what? I need to make this a tiny URL. It won't fit. I can tell right now. Here we go. There we go. Ta-da. I'm trying to find the part where Mike King talks about Websleuths. I know it's in there.
Oh yeah, go to page 289.
Oh, well, all right. Hold on,
well,
let me put this.
Stacy.
Yeah, she knows that.
Well,
you are on the ball.
Yeah, it's page 294, but the Websleuths are talking about internet sleuths and stuff starts on 289. So it's 294 you're on. Yeah.
Gotcha. Hang on. I'm going to put the link in chat here for
there you are.
Websleuths Book Club link.
Here's Trisha.
And I thought it was just Websleuths.
No, you're there. Your
picture.
picture is there.
My picture's in it?
Yeah, I sent it to you when I got, because I got the book a long time ago when it first came
Yeah.
out. Yeah.
Well, I've forgotten. That was
Yeah.
a long time ago. So
Yeah.
did you say 284?
294.
294.
Yeah.
That's right. You did send it to me. I completely forgot. I love my king. He's so cool. 264. 296. Yeah. This room is so dark.
Stacy, remind me to tell you about this thought I have.
Okay. Now I'm nervous. No.
Oh, no. It's going to be an LMAO.
Yeah.
Give me the page number one more time.
294.
Okay.
Now I have the copy of the book, the physical copy. Oh, you do too. Yeah.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah. Okay.
For
Oh, that's a picture. That's a picture that Hulu used for the documentary about Abraham Shakespeare.
Yeah.
So I don't look like that now. But I look like an old hippie that just came back from Woodstock 99. Looks like I've been living in a tent and eating bark and living off the land. Oh my God.
What a woman.
Horrible picture. That's too funny.
Oh, you look good in everything.
Not this one. Okay. So let's see.
Oh my gosh, the neighbor's dog is going crazy.
Would it be obnoxious if I read this?
No, it's not very long anyways.
Okay.
So,
Okay, this comes from Profiling Evils, Mike King, Wolves in Sheep's Clothing, a practical guide for the true crime enthusiast. And you guys, if you are into true crime, you cannot wait to get this book any longer. You need to get it. I'm going to put the link in chat here in just a moment because it has the best information. But he talks about the online communities, and we know that he's very supportive of us. Very, very supportive. Where is my? Hold on, I'm going to try something here. Maybe
Kind of like the Holy Grail here.
Yeah. Okay. Is that too bright? That's not too bright, right?
What? Let me see.
Okay. That's not too bright.
No.
Okay, good. Okay. Online communities can act as extensions of law enforcement by scouring vast amounts of publicly available information that may otherwise go unnoticed. Platforms like Websleuths provide structured discussions where individuals can collaboratively analyze evidence and propose theories. In some cases, this collective effort has led to the discovery of new witnesses, overlooked connections, or novel angles for investigation. Law enforcement agencies that adopt a cooperative stance often find these communities to be invaluable allies in resolving challenging cases. The involvement of the public in criminal investigations raises several ethical dilemmas. Maintaining respect for the victims and their families is paramount, and yet sensationalism and intrusive behavior can sometimes overshadow empathy and restraint. Moreover, the lack of accountability among citizen detectives can exacerbate the spread of false information or lead to harassment of innocent parties. Ethical guidelines emphasizing accuracy, compassion, and deference to professional investigators are essential to ensure that public engagement serves the greater good without causing collateral damage. To maximize its positive impact, the true crime community must adopt practices that prioritize responsible reporting and engagement. Content creators, from podcasters to bloggers, have a responsibility to present information accurately and avoid sensationalizing tragedies. Encouraging transparency, and fact-checking within online communities can help mitigate the risks of misinformation. Equally important is fostering a culture of respect for victims and their families, ensuring that their dignity and wishes will remain in the forefront of any investigative efforts. The adoption of ethical standards and best practices can further solidify the true crime community's reputation as a constructive force in criminal justice, The integration of technology, data analysis, and public awareness holds immense potential for the future of true crime. Artificial intelligence and machine learning can assist in analyzing vast data sets, identifying patterns, and generating insights that complement human efforts. Collaborative platforms that bring together citizen detectives, law enforcement, and subject matter experts can create a more cohesive and effective approach to solving cases. As the true crime community evolves, partnerships with professionals, including forensic scientists, criminologists, and legal experts, will be crucial in enhancing its capabilities while maintaining ethical standards. The true crime community's role in solving cases is a testament to the power of collective effort and the enduring human desire for justice. While challenges remain, the potential for positive impact is undeniable. By fostering responsible engagement, representing the dignity of those affected, and embracing technological advancements, the true crime community can continue to contribute meaningfully to the pursuit of truth and justice. I love that man. I love that man. That's just one of the many just fascinating aspects of this case. In fact, I want to read something here that I found, and I just went, oh, I got to read this. Oh my God. I can't stand it. I've got to jump ahead. Well, there's so much here. I mean, this is it. Let's see. Yeah, this is it. When I saw this, I about had a nervous breakdown out of happiness. Chapter 15, and I'm not close to chapter 15, okay? Chapter 15, Nature versus Nurture, Unraveling the Origins of Criminal Behavior. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is my chapter. This is so good. That's just, again, let me read you the chapters, and you're just, maybe you won't be as giddy as I am with excitement, but to me, I mean, Stacey, I don't know about you, but this book is just, it's made for us. It was like Mike King went, let's see what Trisha and Stacey and Lynn Gentoo would like.
Yep.
And I'll make that book. Okay.
Yeah, that's why when it came out, I got it immediately.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Motivations, justifications, and behavioral dynamics, exploring the criminal mindset when predators disassociate and justify their crimes, the elusive, high-chasing fulfillment of the shadow of fantasy, and then understanding victimology, decoding crime scenes, unmasking predators. It just goes on and on and on, you guys. It is so perfect. It's perfect. I want to be buried with this book. Because when I go to the other side, I want something good to read. Yeah, let me put it so it's not shining. There we go. See? Oh my gosh.
See, I think chapter 12 is going to be very interesting.
What chapter is that, hon?
Chapter 12. Bridging the gap, using behavior to collaborate and connect.
Perfect. There's a part in here about Brian Mitchell, Elizabeth Smart. I mean, it's everything we've known Mike King to be and to grow and love about him. So let me get you the link. You can get this on Amazon. Let me grab you that link really quickly, and I'll tell you the prices. Hang tight, my darlings. Okay. Somebody is fine.
Stuff in there about Scott Peterson as well. Just have to say.
Oh. Yeah, Scott Peterson. I just saw it. Casey Anthony.
Yeah.
And somebody here has finally calmed down. So thank God. She's
I wish mine would. He came home today and he's just been
just a
he's just
little
been
pill.
ornery all day. Oh, Lori Daybell, Chad Daybell, and Alex
Mhm.
Cox.
Yep.
Never heard of
Ooh,
them.
I bet that's good.
Mm.
I bet that is good. So I'll make sure I got that right. Okay, if you have Kindle Unlimited, you get it for $0. Audiobook with your membership, it's like I have the membership with my audiobook, so I have credits, so it doesn't cost me anything for the audiobook, which I also have. Hardcover, which was that right there, $25, and paperback is $20. So hang on here. Let's copy this link. There we go. And we'll put this in chat. Mike King Wolves. Oh my gosh. Is it plural? It is plural, isn't it?
What?
Nothing. I'm just talking to myself. Wolves. Okay, here we go.
Chris, I'll look right now. I'll let you know.
There you go. Rainy Days says, I think the book is a great first read for someone getting into true crime. Absolutely. And if you're really into true crime, it's a great read as well. But it is truly, if you are really starting to get really truly into true crime and you're wondering about perpetrators and why they behave this way, this is such a great book. It's so everything, the way Mike King explains it is incredible. It's I keep saying incredible, but it is. It's
Incredible.
so easy to understand, and you start to get this picture of these different categories of perpetrators, and it prepares you for going in and looking into cases, because there's a reason why we don't go in and harm people and do horrible things to other human beings. We're not broken like this. We don't have an issue. Well, these other people do, and people like Mike King have helped to figure them out, so we can understand it as well. So there we go. Yes, it's very straightforward. Exactly.
Tricia, can I read a couple of lines here?
Please do.
This is on the Chad and Lori and Alex, and he's talking about their behavioral evidence.
Mm-hmm.
And so he says here, further behavioral evidence emerged through text messages, recorded statements, and observed conduct. Lori's publicly nonchalant demeanor following the children's disappearance and Chad's evasive behavior during questioning painted a picture of individuals detached from the gravity of their crimes.
So true. So true. Oh, I would love to see Mike question Chad Daybell and Chad having to answer him. He would spin him into knots. That guy wouldn't know whether he's coming or going. Daybell would just be one big potato just sitting there, not knowing what to do.
John Pryor, what I thought was interesting about him in trial, Chad's trial, was he would refer to Lauren specifically, or maybe especially, Lauren.
Lori or Lauren?
Lauren Matthias. He would refer to her as podcast people.
He did? I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Okay. The podcast people are here. Well, the podcast people said this. The podcast people said that. And I have a sweatshirt that they put out when, with that saying on there, podcast people, hidden true crime, then podcast people. And it was, that's what he called you guys, was your podcast people.
Like that, like somehow that's an insult that we are, that we're less than regular media people. We're podcast people. We're the pod people. We come out of a pod. We're all the same. You know, we come from outer space. We're not real true broadcasters. Oh man, what an arrogant
Right.
jerk.
You're just, you're just a little teeny tiny bug on the windshield of life that's
Yeah.
giving him nothing but problems.
Exactly. Absolutely. Oh, what an arrogant jerk. Yes, Googie says Mike King is so very smart, a real asset. Enjoy listening to him. Me too. Oh, and by the way, his latest podcast, he's one of the podcast people on Apple, was #1 for new podcasts and in the Apple list, and like very high up, like top 5 in the true crime of Apple. And he's only been doing it for like 3 weeks. So let me find that for you. And that's called Gardens of Evil. And it's about the Zion Society cult that he broke up and rescued all these children in Ogden back in the 80s. So let me get that for you. Gardens of Evil podcast. It's basically, you can go anywhere where you get your podcasting. Okay, this is Apple Podcasts here. I'll put like Spotify up here in just a minute. Come on. Uh-oh, did I freeze? Come on. The hell? There we go. Oh, I have to search for with Bing. I hate it. I can never get what I want. Yeah, okay, let me go back here. Let me do Spotify. The podcast people.
The podcast people.
Jeez. What a ding-a-ling. What a ding-a-ling. Well, no, that's Profiling Evil. I want Gardens of Evil. Here we go. Is this it? No, that's not it. Oh my gosh. Really? See, that's why I hate Bing. I hate Bing. I put in Spotify, Gardens of Evil. Not coming up. YouTube. And some interview. I've got Profiling Evil, but not Gardens of Eden. Let me try one more time. Or Gardens of Evil, I mean. Good Lord, really? Well, guys, you'll just have to deal with the Apple one. It's available on all your, you know what? I've got it on my, in the description the last time Mike was on. Let me go to the studio here and grab that really quickly. So, oh, that makes me so mad. I hate Bing.
Oh my God, I was muted and I'm freaking talking to you. I have the Spotify link and everything. Apple, Spotify.
Okay, can you email it to me?
Yes.
Thank
oh my
you.
God.
Oh,
I hate that.
Stacey,
I do that all the time. I'm
Yeah.
muted and I'm chattering and it's like, why is everybody ignoring me? Yeah. That's why.
And I've got a son who wishes he could mute me.
Yeah. Like, Mom, I want to mute you right now.
You're muted.
Grab it.
Exactly. I don't know why that I cannot figure out why Visions of Glory has not been removed. That's the book that Lori and Chad just glommed onto, and that these crazy people have been using as a, you know, a reason.
It's almost like their Bible.
Oh, it is. You're right. It is very close to their own Bible.
They followed that and then twisted it a little bit more and created what's driving everybody crazy at home.
You're right. Exactly. You're 100% right. Yeah, it's a horrible book, and you know, no matter what the reason for it, Chad and Lori and others like them have taken it and have turned it into something just horrific. And I can't believe that it's still for sale. When Megan Connor told me that, I thought, oh, she's got to be kidding. Gotta be kidding. That was years ago.
Well, Ruby Franke.
Oh, true. Good point.
And Jody Hildebrandt. Oh, yeah. It was in there. It was in their libraries. I mean,
makes me so damn mad. So anyway, okay, let me check my email and I'll put it in chat, and of course I'll put it in the description as well, everybody. Okie dokie. Let's see, where is my email? Yes, I want to reload. There we go. Thanks, Stace, for sending me this. I appreciate it.
Oh, no problem.
Okay. And again, be sure and join our book club. It's really fun because at the end of every book, the author comes on and does a Zoom call with us. And so we can talk to them and just have some fun. It's really casual, really laid back. Now, the book club hasn't been real active because of Nancy Guthrie. Everybody's been on, including me, everybody's been on Nancy Guthrie. Tomorrow, I'm going to start posting and get that discussion thread going again. So if you are a member of the book club, please, please jump on and grab that, grab this link I'm going to put in chat right now and post about what you're reading in Mike King's book. Because the point of the book club is to get people talking to each other. Like, we're friends. We need this sense of community. Okay? Let's talk to each other. Let's, you know, talk about what we like, what we don't like about it, what scares us. Because these things can be very, very scary to talk about. So let's see here.
And I want to mention to everyone that, you know, because somebody in chat mentioned it and I was just talking to him. Joe Schmo has a video out. He has an update on London. So,
oh, great.
Yeah.
Do you have that link?
I'll grab it right now.
Okay. Grab that. And then there's one other thing I need to show you, and then we're going to wrap it up for the night. So let's see. Websleuths. I'm just going to put BC right here. Okay. And I'm going to grab one other quick thing while you're grabbing that. In fact, Stacy, if you want to post it.
Yeah, I'm going to. Okay.
That would be fantastic.
Yeah.
Fabuloso, fabuloso. Sorry. Yeah, my DVDs get carried away.
You never apologize for the DVDs.
I just start going nuts.
We live by them.
Okay, I promise you I will not apologize. Is that 331? Oh my God. Okay. My darling true crime angels, I'm putting a link up. It's to Othram's new YouTube channel called Othram Studios. Now, this link is their trailer talking about the stories they're going to be posting. But I'm trying to get them up to 1,000 subscribers. It's free to subscribe. And Othram, you guys, you don't know how much Othram does for us. Just us in the Websleuths community. It's incredible. Not to mention the work that they do 24/7, trying to identify these unidentified bodies, trying to identify the DNA of the killers that are left on the bodies, sometimes decades old. They work night and day. And, you know, they take victims under their wing. They help them. Oh my gosh, what they do is incredible. And if you go to CrimeCon this year, I'm sure they're going to be there. I went.
wish.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's going to be great. Last year, they did a couple of presentations, and they had Kristen on there, and oh, she is so well, and David is too, so compassionate and caring, and anybody that has worked with them will tell you that they are the hardest working and most kind people you will ever know. So please, I'm going to share this video right now. We're going to watch this, the promo, basically, the promotional trailer of their new YouTube channel. I'm going to put the link in chat, and I'm just saying, please, if you like people that help others and do things for other people, then this is what you're going to love. And that is the good people at Occam and their new YouTube channel. So let me grab it here, and we're going to just watch this trailer. So please go and please subscribe. It is nothing to subscribe. It is, and when you hear what Kristen says about David in this case and how it affected them, they only have 331 subscribers. The name of their channel is Othram, Othram Studios. And I know it's not going to take long for them to get, 40, 50, 60, 70, 100,000 subscribers. That's a given. That's going to happen. But it's hard to get people to get up and do something. So we're going to watch this. I'm going to put it in chat. And then if you could please go over there and subscribe. It's absolutely free, obviously. Okay, so here we go.
Living in a society where 50% of murders go unsolved sounds terrifying.
We're helping build technology that's introducing a seismic shift in how criminal justice works. If there's DNA evidence, there's a good chance that the case can be cracked, that the identity can be restored. And that's what we do here at Othram.
We bring hope to hopeless cases.
Unsolved crime is really a choice. We wanted to start bringing some of the stories that we've uncovered as we work these cases with law enforcement to everyone.
Showing the cases that are resolving that were previously unsolvable.
We want to tell these stories and deliver them directly to you, which is why we started our own channel.
They located a female who was deceased. She was naked. She had no identification with her.
We met with the medical examiner's office in Harris County and attempted to recover some evidence.
From that point, the case went cold.
I think it was so horrible of a death. We have young kids, right? And so seeing a teenager in that state is devastating. I just remember my husband was no longer the same at all.
I don't believe that anybody other than Othram has been able to get DNA the way that they extracted DNA in this case.
We want people to know what's possible.
Just a minute here.
I'd join again just on that.
Hold on just a second. Let me do this.
That's because you're the voice. You'll need to subscribe twice.
There you go.
What?
I said I would subscribe again just based on that. I'm already subscribed, but I would subscribe again, and again
Another
and again.
personality, didn't?
Yeah, well, I've got 6, so I think I better get the other 5 lined out.
Yeah.
There you go.
Get them all on the same page.
There we go.
One of us has to run for president, and be in charge. So
I agree. I absolutely agree. So everybody, please subscribe to Othram Studios. They're going to be posting their stories here soon, and it will be probably some of the most compelling things you've ever ever heard and seen on YouTube before. So jump on, subscribe. It's absolutely free. And let's show our support to the wonderful people at Occam who work nonstop, night and day, trying to find the identities of these people who have been missing for decades and to help the families get the answers that they so richly deserve. So let's do it, people. Let's do it, my darlings. Okay. Let's see. Lynn Gentoo, anything else, my sweet?
Oh no, thank you.
Okay, very, very good. And I want to thank you, Lynn Gentoo, for helping us tonight. You're one of our mods. And so is Moonlight View. Lisa Gallegos. Lisa, thank you tonight for helping us. Also, Four Sons Mom, and let's see, Love and Coco, and Detective's Daughter. Ladies, thank you so much. Now, tomorrow, what we're going to do is I'm going to be typing up your theories here, and we're going to type up, like, why this particular theory is maybe more solid. We're going to have, the solid reasoning behind these theories. Any red flags that I can find, I will type them up as well. I'm just going to put everything on a list. And then tomorrow, I think what we're going to do is we're going to get together and we're going to decide what theory do we as a channel want to support the most. Maybe pick two and see what happens. So thank you, everybody. Thank you. It was fun tonight. And Stacy, thank you so much. Everybody, we're going to be back tomorrow night right here, 10:30 Eastern on Websleuths YouTube Live. We'll see you then, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.